I don't know. I haven't been really watching much on Netflix. I watched that Jessica Jones thing, and I honestly can't see the hype. I'm like, okay, what's hot about this again?
It's more of
Yeah.
you know what it is? It's more about the emotional drama behind it because no Marvel film has gone to the level of dealing with rape, PTSD, things like that. Um,
I figured it was
it's
like
cool.
a realistic take on. It's more about their regular lives than their powers, I guess.
Right. They both really don't know their powers yet. Like they're just coming into it. It's kind of the only thing I don't like about it is that their powers are inconsistent. It's like 1 minute they're fighting somebody and they're super strong, throwing them through a wall. The next minute they punch a guy, he falls directly on the floor.
Yeah.
It's like just weird. You could stop a car, you could stop a bus or something like that, but you get
Some dude throws you, and then
Yeah.
now you're hurt.
yeah. Now you're hurt, you're on the floor or something like that. It's just weird, but
I guess it works better in Daredevil because it's just a dude. So
yeah.
like if he gets cut, he's gonna get hurt.
Yeah, it was cool though. I like the psychological effect of the Purple Man and stuff. He's very underrated power wise. So it's a pretty cool character.
Yeah, I know who
Yeah.
he was. He was in one of the Avengers, the Avengers animated. So I knew his character from there and his realistic portrayal. It's interesting, to say the least.
Well, David Tennant did a really good job. He's great. He played a.
It's smooth.
That's me. That's me. 1 second.
Oh,
Yo, mic check, mic check.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
there we go.
Everybody rejoice. His mic works. He's got a working mic. Oh God.
Yeah, niggas tired of y'all boring ass niggas. The truth is in.
Oh boy. Here comes
Oh,
this
thanks.
bull crap.
Yeah.
Here
Niggas
comes
wanna
this
talk
bull.
shit. Niggas wanna talk shit. Let's talk it, nigga. Let's go.
Here comes this fake ass
my.
bully.
Yeah.
Fake ass
The
bully.
truth is
thinking he's
in.
somebody. Oh boy. Ain't nobody afraid of this guy. But Weapon Wheel Podcast, episode 18. We had YouTube was having technical difficulties last week, so if you didn't get to rewatch the episode 17, you can watch it on YouTube now, and on SoundCloud. You can also download your podcast from SoundCloud. Watch it whenever. So make sure you check out episode 17. It was a real good podcast if you haven't. Everybody's link gonna be in the description, so we can get to the guns of this podcast. Start with Fringy.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Springer here. Glad to be back on.
Jack Move.
Hey, what's poppin' there, everybody? This Jack Move, man. The guru of Giddy Up. But you can also call me your pony commissioner.
Smooth.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Kid Smooth, aka Best Bot, checking in again.
Robin.
Hey, what's up, everybody? YouTube channel Roman Gaming. Thanks for inviting me, BG.
All right. Tick, you there? No, I guess he went downstairs.
Yeah.
I guess I just want to apologize for this guy being back on the podcast. I know y'all was happy when he was gone, but he's back, I guess. So heartache.
This nigga a fucking hater, man. Listen here, robot. Deal with it, man. It's the truth. Y'all been missing me. Order has been restored. Let's get it.
Oh boy, back to this bull. And I'll just let Tick do his intro when he gets back. So, an eventful week. Let's get to it. Got these list of topics. What I'm gonna hit up first. Let's start off with the let's just start off talking about the Uncharted beta, multiplayer beta. Hard 8 made like a 10-minute video crying tears.
I know you ain't talking about a nigga crying. Please, nigga. Please.
You was crying about that, bro.
No, Jack Move feel the same way. I don't know if he's gonna keep it real, but Jack Move feel the same way. But we'll see.
Well, we gonna
Let's
get
go.
it.
All right, so my opinion, like I said, I made the video. Like I'm surprised at how balanced it is. I don't know if y'all played after the 108 patch that they just released, but this is this is a crazy balanced game in my opinion, and they fixed a lot of things. The major things that could be exploits. They still got a few things to fix, like grenade timing. The Spirit of the Jinn, they nerfed it. They nerfed how much you can how often you can dash, and how long it lasts. They still need to fix it that if you die with it, that you lose it, and it's not affected by the by Indira's eternity. Like if someone has Spirit of the Jinn, and you throw Indira at them, they could be standing right in the middle of it and dash right out of it. So they need to fix that. That's some bull crap. But besides that, man, that's a good multiplayer, bruh. But I asked like Robin to you know, come up with some of the, you know, things that he feels needs to be fixed. I feel like a lot of the stuff that I wanted them to fix, they just fixed in this recent patch. So I don't even have that much to complain about anymore. But Robin.
Yeah, no, I mean neither do I. I think it's very balanced actually, which I think it's a very weird thing because like when we originally saw that trailer at what was it, like Paris Games Week, when they announced the multiplayer and they showed all the mysticals and the sidekicks, you know, both of us were like super worried that it was basically going to be like Uncharted 3 all over again or something. Because we know that multiplayer had a lot of unbalanced things in the power plays and stuff. But I actually agree. I mean, I don't really have a list. That's the thing. Like, so many, it doesn't seem to have that many unbalanced things in it. I guess the only thing I don't like about the multiplayer are the sidekicks, and not really because they're like unbalanced or something, but more because they're just annoying and they just don't seem to be adding much to the multiplayer. Like, you know, it's just not fun to have these AI kind of like things in there because you just want to be shooting at the, you know, the real people, I guess. So yeah, they kind of just, I mean, they sort of ruin it. That they feel like an obstacle that you have to get through in order to really like have fun and to actually, you know, get to the real battles and kill people. So yeah, I mean that's really it. I'm surprised. I'm liking it a lot. I think it's a lot of fun. So overall, I'm super positive about it.
Yeah. Like I had a pretty long list before the patch. Now I have almost nothing. So I don't.
They fixed a lot actually. Like yeah, as you said, they already have like 8 patches or something now just in this week. So.
And y'all know I love to complain about shit. So.
Yeah, we know you love to cry, nigga. We already.
I got a list of shit I don't like about the game so far. Right. This is after 108. All right. Off top of the head, the XCR. The XCR is basically the Cal 7. People are doing the exact same thing they did with the Cal 7.
It's not that bad. Come on.
That gun is a scrub.
Nah, son.
Weapon, okay, that's a problem. Okay, the sidekicks. I don't have a problem with the sidekicks. They die too fast. Listen, even the heavies. If you shoot a heavy in the head 2-3 times and then in the body, it's going down. Like, they die extremely too fast to where they're not even worth the money, man. I don't have any problem with the mysticals besides the Jinn. Zigzagging with shotguns, you can't get a steady shot on them. It's ridiculous, man. And it seemed like the Mettler is strong. Like, people was complaining about the Mettler, but ever since the patch, it seemed like it's stronger. Like,
no,
I'm getting downed in 2 shots with that joint, dog. It's crazy. Like, it wasn't that strong to me at first. I don't know what the hell happened, but and that game, to me personally, that game is it's only fun depending strictly on who your teammates is, because like to me that game is more team based than The Last of Us. Because on The Last of Us you can have a terrible team and still fend for yourself a little bit. On that game, you getting shot from 5-6 different angles because it's a wide open map. You got the sidekick shooting at you. You got 3-4 people on the other team shooting at you because your team ain't laying nobody down. So you constantly dying, and ain't nobody gonna pick you up except you save the sidekick. Only problem is he died in 2-3 shots. So it needs some patching, bro.
Oh man, I don't know what you're playing because I only play solo, and I've been like top of the leaderboard almost every match. I don't think it's that hard to play it on your own. As long as you, I don't know, just wait for the right times to use psychics and mystics to, like, back people in the corners. Because, like you said, most of the sidekicks go down all the time. And aside from the heavy, I think all of them are pretty much useless.
Yeah.
Not actually, the Hunter, I've discovered the Hunter is GOAT in that game. People, I was live streaming earlier. The Hunter is better than the, damn near better than the Brute. Because I didn't know at first you can tell the Hunter to follow you. Right? You can tell him to hunt or you can tell him to follow you. And pretty much I was just running around the whole map and he was capturing everybody I ran into. And like if his health got low, I would just call him back, and then his health would regenerate. Then I would just send him right back out there. He would capture somebody else, and I would use him in situations like, say I run into 2 people. I would call out my hunter right in front of those 2 people. He would capture one. I would shoot the other one. It's a really clutch, sidekick. So I think it's better than the brute sometimes because the brute is like this huge target. Everybody sees the brute. Everybody shoots at it. People see a hunter, they start running away like a little bitch. So, and as far as them dying fast, I just think it's how you use them. I don't call out my brute in just wide open situations or my hunter in wide open situations. I handle them, correctly. And I would rather the sidekicks die really quick than take a long time to die. So yeah. I think it's better that way anyway.
Yep. I don't know, man. Well, wait a minute. Before I say all that, if people, I ain't reading the comments, but if anybody's saying I'm saying this because I'm bad at the game, I got gameplay videos up on my channel. Y'all should check them out. I'm kind of beastly. But listen, man, I have and then also the grenade. I got on Gear Revive 2 or 3 or whatever it is. I got it to where if you patch up people, your Gear Revive do it faster. The grenades still take entirely too long to come back, man. They need to shave off at least 15 seconds off of that, dog. It's just ridiculous. I don't know. And I don't like the grenade throwing in that game. It's like it was perfect in Uncharted 2 and 3. Why they change it?
The grenade throwing is odd. I like the cooldown because it stops like grenade spam, I think. So I like the grenade cooldown.
I don't know, man. And then another thing that's different about this game as opposed to other Uncharted, you're never gonna get a one-on-one gunfight. So you can just throw that out the window.
I get some.
Like, you would have a better chance of fucking dating a leprechaun than finding a one-on-one gunfight, bro. That shit is ridiculous, bro. I don't know. It's alright, man.
I get some one-on-ones, but I actually end up winning even the ones that I'm not doing one-on-ones with, like the 1v1s or 1v2s. I end up winning a lot of those because I'm better and smarter than half the people I run into. So I'm just really enjoying it, man.
Those melee charge though. Like, what's that thing where they spin around the hook and then one hit melee you? That pisses me off so much.
Yeah,
because they can't win a gunfight. So they're like, oh, better run up to them and start meleeing. It's like, come on, guys.
The reason why I haven't been raging about that so much is because I dodge like 9 out of 10 of those. I roll right under it and end up getting the kill because it leaves you open for like a few seconds. So I actually love when people try to hit me with them. Like 9 out of 10 times they miss and they end up looking stupid. So, but I do think it should take longer to charge though.
Yeah.
This is my first.
Hold on. You got admins running the chat, BG?
No, I'll get some admins in there. I'll put some admins. What you were saying?
Do that right now while this dude talking.
All right. Kids move.
No, yeah, this is my first experience on like a multiplayer with Uncharted because I haven't played the first 3.
You suck. We already know. Move on.
Anyway,
what a bully.
Of course the collection didn't come with the multiplayer, so I had like 0 expectations on what it would be. From what I've played, I liked it. I don't like the idea of the whole having like a hunter, brute, the assisted AIs that you can just sit back and let kill for you. I just think you can literally have them sit there and kill for you. I mean, I would use it, of course. I would definitely.
Of course, you would use it. You need it. It's
for
people like you.
Really be getting kills like
hold on. It's for people like Kid Smooth. You need that extra help. Embrace it, brother. Embrace it.
You see me play Uncharted?
I know you garbage. Come on, let's be real.
I don't know. I mean,
Kids Move did all right when I played with him.
You're garbage at Star Wars, so I know you're garbage at my.
I am not garbage at Star Wars.
Sir, you got a .83 KD. Sir,
dude, I go by what have you done for me lately? And lately I've been kicking ass. So I don't care what I did last month. I'm talking about what I did this week.
Yo, you know your stats update in real time.
Yeah. No, really. My I think when I first got the game, my KD was like a .7 something, a .7.6 something. I think across both platforms. But yeah, it does update in real time. I'm currently sitting at maybe an 84 on I think both, a .84. But it's all right. By the end of the week, I'll be back.
What mode do you play though?
I really only play Droid Run, Blast, and Heroes versus Villains.
Nah. Well, your KD shouldn't be that low.
Nah. When I was playing those game modes, I had like a 4 KD and I never lost. when I was playing those game modes. That's why I stuck strictly to Walker, Assault, and Supremacy.
The only mode that messes up your KD is heroes versus villains, because it's not made for you to get a lot of kills. So
No, unless you one of them damn like heroes or villains, and you pick off the people that
pick off
aren't.
the weak ones.
Yeah.
It's random though, so you could end up as a stormtrooper. So then that ruins it. Could you get killed over and over and over?
So, Harda, you don't have anything to cry about Uncharted? Still don't like the multiplayer?
Listen, nigga. First of all, when we first got on the game, you was crying like shit about that upgraded melee. Now all of a sudden you love it. Or I
didn't love it. I said
you
they
was crying about that shit at first.
Damn. They released like 7 patches since the first day.
Dog, listen, I live streamed the first 4 hours we played. You cried the whole time.
And I was
now
still
all of a sudden you good.
And I was
what's
still
that
decent.
beasting? You were nigga win.
People could go back and look. We got the game.
The videos is up. Did you forget you had a meltdown?
I did good.
Did you forget you had a meltdown?
What?
Did you forget you had a meltdown during that live stream?
Because there was some bullshit. Like they released 7 patches. They released like 7 patches, bruh.
All right, cool. So the patches erased the meltdown. All right, we get it. Oh, it's cool.
They fixed a lot of things that was causing bullshit. That's why I don't have.
I think
about now.
In its current form, you know, there needs to be some changing happening. You know, it's a beta. I understand that. That's why during my video I said at this point I'm not feeling it too much. You feel what I'm saying? But by the time the game actually comes out, things can change. That's why I said in its current form.
What do you want to see turn around?
First of all, I don't like the map. I don't like the mysticals. I don't like the sidekicks. I don't like the regenerating grenade.
You don't like the whole game, man.
Listen, I just like the way it used to be, man. Uncharted 2. Listen, Uncharted 2, they had a great foundation. They could have built upon that. They just changed way too much, man. And now it just feel like every other multiplayer. You dig? I'm just saying.
You
can't say every other multiplayer.
Man, listen. That shit got a loadout now. Listen, they brought loadouts in. You know what I'm saying? That's on some other game and shit. You dig what I'm saying? You can purchase weapons on the fly and all that. Like that's like Last of Us. It's more like Last of Us than Uncharted, right?
I don't think that's a bad thing though.
Hey, they could do like a classic mode though, where they get rid of all that stuff. By the way,
I mean, hopefully,
talking about.
Hopefully they do that. But
I do agree with you that like if the game had if they stripped down all of these features, right, the mysticals and the sidekicks and whatever, we would have just had basically Uncharted 2 again with the rope swinging and stuff, and it would still have been awesome. Like I really don't think that the mysticals and sidekicks necessarily add that much, but at the same time, you know, I'm fine with it. I can live with it. It's still cool. It's nice to get sort of like rewards after getting a couple of kills. I mean, every game does that nowadays. You're right, but you know, it's not a bad thing to me. I'm still enjoying it, but I do agree. You know, it would still have been awesome if they got rid of it.
Also, you don't even need to get any kills to be able to get a mythical. You can just pick up the treasures on the map. Even if you can't smooth, you still got a chance to throw a mythical.
But like, it's clear. The thing I like about the game though, from what I've seen, the better players will still always win. It wasn't like that in Uncharted 3.
Yes.
You could be garbage. The game, Uncharted 3 set up for the worst players to win. Uncharted 4, the worst players are not just getting over like that. They might get lucky with a few things, but the better players are still winning.
Hold on, nigga. Hold on. Are you telling me that now you give the better player credit, BG? Huh?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? You cry every time you lose. You don't never say.
I hardly ever lose.
Nigga, please. You don't never say, hey, they was the better team. We lost. No. You cry every time.
When people use bullshit, that's when I don't give them credit. like if you listen. If you kill me with a rope swing, you're a bitch. You don't get no credit. What? All right. If you kill me in a one-on-one gunfight, you beat me one-on-one, I give you full credit for that. Rope swing, no, you can go fuck yourself. I don't credit you for that.
He just left, I think.
Yeah, I think we lost.
Man.
Yeah, he got the boot. he probably gonna join again. But yeah, like if I get killed in a way that I think is fair and it wasn't cheap and it took skill for someone to go one-on-one with me, then I give them full credit for that. But if it's a situation where you came around the corner and killed me with a one-hit swing, nah, fuck out of here. You ain't getting credit for me. That's some bullshit.
I don't know, man. I like the game, like I like it overall, but it's just, and another thing about the game is hard to be consistent because, like I said, if you playing at random, like it's like nothing has a problem like fundamentally, but when it's combined with certain things, it just ruins your experience completely. Like the power of the Jinn wouldn't be as bad if they couldn't fucking zigzag like they can, and then the fact that they can have a gun with that, like if, I could have swore he said when you do the power of the Jinn, you just got like a strong ass melee, but you couldn't shoot. But the fact that these people are carrying shotguns, and one dude last night, he threw 2 grenades at me at once. I didn't even know you could do it. I don't know how the fuck he did that.
You have to I think you have to upgrade your grenade slot all the way, and then use fire of the Jinn, and then you can like throw 2 grenades. So but the thing is, the fire of the Jinn is honestly the biggest problem in the game. I feel there's nothing else like severely wrong.
One of the biggest. It definitely is.
So I feel like if they just tame fire, spirit. What is it? Spirit of the Jinn, fire Jinn, whatever.
Yeah, Spirit of the Jinn. I think.
Yeah, if they just tame that, then like it's nothing like all the exploits and the crazy shit that was going on in Uncharted 3. We can all agree that it's way better than Uncharted 3. It's way more playable than Uncharted 3.
I liked Uncharted 3. I'll say it's better. I don't know about it. Way better, but it is better though.
Yeah. If it ain't your mic, is your internet connection, ain't it? Jesus, this guy.
No, that ain't my internet. My fucking power settings had the shit go to sleep. That was my power settings,
what are you, a noob? Like you just got on PC?
No, I didn't fucking change all the settings. Shut up, faggot. I didn't change all the fucking settings.
Oh, good. This guy just got a PC for the first time. But yeah, we were just saying it's better than. Will you agree that it's better than Uncharted 3, right, 8?
Yeah, I think it's better than Uncharted 3. You know what I mean? Once they make their changes, once the full game come out, we'll see where it's at.
All right, cool.
You know what I mean?
Cool.
I had fun. I mean, most of the fun I had when I'm playing with a full party. But playing by yourself is just the worst.
I did start playing with randoms, and it's a headache, but it's not as much as a headache as it was in like Uncharted 3. I did still have to go like, for me to win with randoms, I have to get at least 17 downs. Every single game. That's
just ridiculous. That's crazy.
I realize that. Like, if I get 15 or less downs, my team just loses. I have to, like, do half of the work.
And randoms refuse to pick you up, bro. It's crazy.
They don't do it.
Yeah. They see you right next to them, and then they run out into the open. Like, I want to get some kills instead of...
Let me tell you what happened to the dude that I was playing with last night, man. So he was getting shot at by this dude, and he was about to die. I came up on dude, downed him, but he ended up downing me too. The dude stole my kill, ran away, bro. I was like, "Are you serious, man?" I cussed his ass out 10 ways from Sunday when I got on that mic, dog. I couldn't believe it, bro. Crazy.
Today the last day, isn't it?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I tried to play today. I couldn't get a match to save my life. Are they like peak times or something?
I was playing earlier. I was fine. But randoms in every game, man. I just don't get it. I don't know. They're just terrible in every game. You can't depend on them for nothing.
Any game with a pick-me-up feature like that, I feel like when you're playing with randoms, the shit doesn't work. Gears of War doesn't work. You have to have being a party for somebody that's gonna pick you up.
It worked pretty well with The Last of Us, but Uncharted is just super fast-paced, and then I feel people don't care about it, and they just continue.
Yeah.
Well, that is more when someone dies in The Last of Us. When one of your teammates dies, that actually puts you at a bit of a disadvantage for a while.
Yeah.
So I think that's what prompts people to pick up, whereas in Uncharted, they kind of played a bit more like Call of Duty, where they're more concerned with getting kills than playing as a team.
Totally.
Yeah. All right, so we'll just have to see how that is when it come out. But I'm enjoying it. I don't know if they should do another open beta. They probably should for like a stress test and everything like that, and another
Just for
mode or
marketing,
something.
right? If you see what open betas do nowadays, what they did with Destiny and stuff, I think it would be a great help if they actually did have an open beta, just so more people can play it. Because I think a lot of people will enjoy it once they start playing it. But right now, Uncharted multiplayer has always kind of been a thing that just hasn't been super popular or something. And I feel like the multiplayer is definitely good enough that it deserves to have a bigger community or something. So
I think yeah, they should probably do one in like February. I think February will be nice,
yeah.
a month before it comes out. Get people hyped for it. That should work. So other thing regarding Uncharted 4. So Neil Druckmann spoke about this. So we learned about a new character, Nadine. Tick, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, bro.
Real quick, since you weren't here for the intro, just introduce yourself for anybody who doesn't know you real quick.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy KORX Kal-El, the last son. What's going on?
All right. So they introduced a new character, Nadine, to Uncharted 4, and it caused a little bit of controversy because she's Uncharted's first black character, and she's voiced by a white female, and some people were upset about it, but I mean, I didn't think it was that big of a deal, especially since Neil Druckmann explained it. Pretty much, they did a casting call. That's how they find the voice actors and the just overall actors for these roles. They did a casting call, and they did the casting call first. They didn't even make the character. They said they did a casting call for the description of the character, and then after they hired this, I forgot her name, but she's a popular.
Laura Bailey.
So she's a popular voice actor, and then they said after they hired her, then they made the black character. So and they said either way, even if they made the black character first, they weren't going to hire someone based on how the character looks or the race. They were just going to hire on based on the merits of who did the best job, for in the rendition. And I think that actually makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, it's a video game. It can be anybody. Anybody can play any character. So it's not like in a movie if someone's painted in blackface or something, where then maybe you have something to say about it. But if someone's good, then it doesn't matter what the race of the character is. Not to mention that if the character's South African, she could have been white or black. That was probably a decision they made later on. It doesn't really matter, if you ask me.
It is not an issue. There's a couple of reasons I say this. Now, if you look at other games, say for instance God of War, Kratos is literally and figuratively a white person, but the person who does his voice is a black male. So if you ain't got a problem with that, you shouldn't have a problem with this. Like Frankie said, it's set in South Africa, which I actually know a couple of white people from South Africa, so it could have went either way, like he said.
Yeah.
And Laura Bailey is a great voice actress, so what is the issue? You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be a problem.
And they also said, by the way, that there's going to be like a black actor that's going to play a white character or something.
Yeah,
so the other way around as well.
Exactly.
I'll be honest with you. I think this whole situation is obviously blown out of proportion. The problem we have here is that we have a race problem in America, period. But the bottom line is, and it's the truth, because this is where this is stemming from. You have a problem with what I'm saying? You have a problem with what I'm saying?
Don't pay attention.
Nah, he masturbating right now. Chill out.
Okay.
No. But
So-
let's get real,
so-
though. Oh, sorry. You go ahead.
So basically, in a nutshell, no, I don't have a problem with it either. I think that if the person is qualified for it and she sounds good doing the voice and she portrays the character well, that's the most important thing. It shouldn't matter what color you are, and that's really just the bottom line.
Hard 8, you got an issue?
No, not really. But I think they should have got a black actor to play a black character. That's all. Because that's what I want.
But it's
Can we get some shine? Can we get some shine? I mean, goddamn, can we?
But would you have even looked up if it was a black voice actor if no one ever
Listen,
brought it
I
up?
don't have a big problem with it. It's not going to change anything. I just would have rather it been a black person playing a black character. It's not. I really don't care. Move on. That's all I'm saying. It's not a big deal.
It's not a deal breaker, but I would be the one to say, they probably should have had a black voice actor. I could care less. I'm not going to pay attention to who's talking, But like, it's not a deal breaker. But if you're gonna put that information out there, I'm like, well, damn, you should have used a black actor.
Hey, well,
Hold up. I think it's really based on what the character is being portrayed as. You're not gonna get
a black woman?
No.
Yeah, but that's just her skin color, though. That's the whole point. Like, it's just the way they look.
You're not gonna go out and get some person to do a character that's from the hood, like in Grand Theft Auto. You try to get people to be as authentic as possible. This character's from South Africa, so getting a person that sounds like they're from South Africa that can play the role properly was the right thing to do. That's why it makes sense. It's a different story if you go out and get some white dude from Albuquerque or something like that and then turn around and put him in the same role as the black character from Grand Theft Auto.
hey,
Unless he plays the role just as good as that character and is real authentic, because as gamers, we would find that as a joke. We would immediately know that that's fake. Whoever got this role, whoever's playing this character is whack. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're right.
you're right.
Because here's the thing, like he's right. Like if they were to go and get a black actor and she didn't do as good of a job as Laura Bailey could have did, people would have been like, this shit don't even sound realistic. It doesn't sound like it fits, and people would have like just smashed them for that. And the game is known for having these characters that just have these natural relationships and good voice acting. So it would have really stood out, especially with Uncharted.
And there's also not a surplus of black female actresses in the game.
That too.
Industry. Like,
I don't know of any.
it's the chick that played Marlene in The Last of Us, and fuck if I know any other one. So I don't like, who was they gonna pick? The dude that played CJ Girlfriend in GTA?
Well, they
That
just
was
use a
ratchet as
regular,
hell. Like, come on,
use a
man.
regular actor, though. I mean, is it?
Yeah, but that's a lot harder to get into. I mean, we've only seen just now Hollywood actors getting into games like we've seen with Quantum Break, whereas for the most part, we're still just relying on the same few voice actors over and over and over. Because Laura Bailey's in everything. She's been in like 30 games this year alone.
She's like the female Troy Baker, man.
Yeah, female Nolan North, yeah.
And they're married as well, which is interesting.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, he in that?
Shit. Apparently so, shit.
Oh, I didn't know that. Damn, it's definitely a voice acting like monopoly going on.
There's like
Yeah.
3 people doing all the voices, and you could get a Hollywood actor, but guess what? They gonna ask for a premium cut of that money, and they ain't trying to get, and they used to getting residuals off their work, which you don't get when you do voice acting for video games, so that ain't gonna even work off the rip. You know what I'm saying?
And not only that, they may be good at acting, but the mocap is a big part of it too.
Yeah, it don't
Yeah.
transfer. All this stuff don't transfer like that.
Yeah, they may be good at acting, for a film, but that mocap come on and it just don't fit for them. So
Yep.
yeah.
Voice acting is a very hard thing to do. That's something.
I
else
mean, some of the actors who act in like real life do voice acting for animated movies. I mean,
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
capturing their actual
Pixar
body
shit.
movements.
Yeah, but they
and their
catching-
face. It's like it's a lot to
No,
it.
if you can act in a movie, you can damn sure do mocap.
Hey, wait, hold on.
I don't know about that.
Hold on. Hold on. Actually,
I don't know about that.
I got a prime example. Halo, Agent Locke. The person that's voice acting Agent Locke isn't the guy that's actually playing him.
But
No,
haven't you noticed when they get Hollywood actors to do mocap, sometimes the game be looking stoic as fuck, and they be all robotic and like stiff as hell. Like it just don't transfer all the time, man.
The only person I could see like doing an amazing mocap job is someone who does it like in Hollywood, like Andy Serkis, who plays
Yes.
Caesar.
Yeah.
Andy
Yeah.
Serkis would like be a natural, but the rest of them, they act, but they have to like, for them to be a voice actor and do mocap in a video game, they would also have to put this different imagination on.
Their
Yeah.
movements wouldn't be natural. Like
Yeah.
it just wouldn't be the same, man. They not used to doing that.
they're acting in a big empty room with like sticks for props.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So they've really got to have that imagination. Not to mention, being able to change their voice in real time, as opposed to just being in a booth for an animated movie.
Yeah, at least
It's a whole other beast.
if they're doing real acting, there's props and everything. They can at least bring themselves into that world. Mocap is you got a whole bunch of like white bulbs on and stuff like that, and you're in a training room, so it's.
It's just different, man.
I think you got to be
Yeah.
high or have a great imagination.
I think a lot of people can't do voice acting because when it comes to voice acting, you have to have a certain inflection of your voice tone. You have to be able to portray whatever you're imagining through your voice. And a
Yeah.
lot of people can't do that. It's one thing to act on camera. It's another thing to act in a booth and then go to mocap, because that's how it really happens a lot of times. you're in the booth, you're going through the dialogue, you're doing all these things, and then you go to mocap, you're repeating what you said, you're going through the motions. It's not easy, and I don't know
No,
how
it's
many.
reversed.
Yeah,
It's
I don't.
reversed.
Is it the other way? Okay, then you go
Yeah,
into.
you shoot, then you do ADR
Then you
after
go.
the
All right.
fact.
But I just don't know a lot of people, minorities in that field. That's just not a field and that's just to be honest, there's not a lot of minorities in that field in general. If you
Not
really
a lot of
think
minorities
about
in the
it,
gaming industry in
at
general
all,
at all.
right?
Exactly.
So to sit up there and complain about somebody being, getting a black voice actor to do it is like, who do you get? Who is qualified and good enough to play that role over what she did?
Hmm.
There ain't many.
And I'm just waiting for that one casting call where they say they want a monotone dude. I'm like, hit me up.
Oh, you in there, bro?
Is that monotone?
That monotone role, man. There's gotta be like a role for that, man.
Nah, they'll just get an actual robot. Fuck, they
Main
gonna let you.
characters in every RPG. A main character in every RPG. You basically said.
Yeah, I feel like some of these NPCs and AIs that you talk to, they're practically robots and mono. I could do all them NPCs. Like,
Listen, next time they cast for Wally, they'll probably call you, dog.
I could see Hard 8 in Grand Theft, Hoover, one of them.
Hey man, I can play a white guy. You need?
Okay, well, let's
I
not
can
go.
play a white guy.
Hey, what's your white guy voice?
Listen, I can play a white guy.
Okay, they
All
definitely
right.
don't sound
That's
like
how
that.
believable as fuck.
Listen, I know, don't it?
Yeah, I like
I
that.
don't know. Nobody sound like that.
Not one person that word. Stereotypical as hell. Shit funny.
Oh man. So yeah. Nobody crying about that race thing no more.
No.
I'm not. We moved on from that.
All right. So PlayStation, Sony announced a $9.99 or $100 12-month subscription for PlayStation Now, and some people actually said that at first glance, they thought it was a bad deal or a ripoff. I think some people see $100 and don't do the math for a whole year. That's like $8 or $9.
Yeah, I think it's
$8 a year.
And that's
like
pretty.
That's not bad.
The same as Netflix.
That's Netflix, yeah.
Yeah.
No, actually, Netflix is more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Netflix like.
Because they increased the price.
That shit used to be $40 for 3 months. So the fact that it's a year for $100, I mean, that's a vast improvement. You know what I'm saying? If you got the money to spend, shit.
But
This
that's
is
a
really-
limited time, isn't it? Isn't that limited time?
Yeah,
I
this
don't
deal.
even know.
I think this deal is. They should keep it. I don't know why. It's,
I think they testing it right now.
Yeah, they gonna
testing
keep it.
This is
man.
where they get it wrong, though. I just don't understand what's so hard. Like the whole thing is now. Does this include the games that you can that's not a part of the subscription? Because remember, there's games that you have to get
All of them.
individually.
I think it's all of them.
If it's all of them, so why not just make it okay? $8, $9 a month. The thing is, people are reacting to okay, it's $100 for the year for a 12-month subscription. Would you rather do $100 for a year for the subscription, or would you be more subjected to paying? No, I'll do $9, $10 a month, and then I can cancel whenever like I want. The pricing models that they got, whether it's like that, was it $20 for 1 month, $45 for 3 months? It's just like it makes no sense. It's not like the most like they don't do it conventionally. I would have just said, all right, fuck it. This is how much I want. How can I break this down and make it affordable monthly?
There's two things that both PlayStation and Microsoft need to do, and that's to make bundles with their subscriptions, and that's what they really should do. There should be a PSN subscription when you have levels. If you're on PSN, you have regular PSN. You have PSN with PS Now, and that's like $20 or $30 more. Then you have the same thing with Xbox, where you get Groove included into it. Maybe you get some free movies included into it, and you have these levels of subscription-based packages. And that's something they should really do, because asking somebody to go out and pay for PSN for $50 a year, then turn around and pay $100 for PS Now, like
That's a lot.
like, that's crazy.
But the thing is, I understand separating PSN and PS Now because PS Now is on multiple different devices and I don't think it requires PlayStation Plus to have it, especially if you can have it on like a TV.
No, I don't think so.
And they spent a lot of money on Gaikai too. They tried to recoup that.
Something the kids smooth say though. I think the reason they don't have it to where like, all right, you can get it a month at a time, is because they probably want you to automatically renew it. And I'm sure a lot of people don't have their credit card information on their PSN account, and I just think that's probably what they, so they want you to buy it in like a bundle.
It is funny, and it is the way you pitch it, because if you tell somebody, okay, for 12 months, yeah, it's $120, right? They'll look at that and be like, nah. But if you tell somebody it's $10 a month for the, $10 a month, which equates to the same thing, they'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll take that. It's the same shit, but it's presented different, and one looks more attractive. It's the lesser price at one time, and people are attracted to that. That's why everybody gets Netflix, because it's like, okay, $7, $8, $9 a month. People look at that, oh, that's nothing. That's like what I that's lunch, right? But if Netflix were to be like, okay, $110 a year, they probably won't have as many subscriptions as they do now.
I'm telling you, dude, all they got to do is go in levels. That's it. Because you're presenting it like, all right, not only would you be able to play online and you get PS Plus games and you're able to do all these things and features, you also get PS Now. Telling me that, okay, I got to buy this and then I got to get this, that's all I'm thinking about as a consumer. But if you tell me I'm getting all this in one package and you're presenting it at a price that makes sense, then I would want to get it, because I feel like I'm getting more than what I'm paying for.
So are you saying that what it should be is that PlayStation Plus is the base and then you get PlayStation Now? Because I don't think that's a good idea. Because I don't even like the idea of having to pay for online multiplayer. So if someone just wants PlayStation Now and it's like, oh, you got to get PlayStation Plus, that sounds like a terrible idea to me.
What I'm saying is that you can sell it as a package. I'm not saying it has to be together 100%.
Oh, you mean like it's a better deal? I'm
just saying here's a better deal. You want PS sense. Now, you get PS Now included with PS Plus at this price. Obviously, it's going to be more than the year subscription, but if you present that to your install base, they're going to look at it like it's just a better deal.
I don't think they should do that per se, because it kind of alienate people. What I think they should do is kind of what you are saying. PlayStation Now should be cheaper if you have Plus. That's how I think they should do it. Because there's no reason that these rentals are the same price for everybody. Because like that man ain't paying like I am. You know what I'm saying? Some people got PlayStations without PlayStation Plus. You know what I'm saying? Because PS Now is on PS3 and it's on Vita, and you don't really need Plus to use those systems. So it should be a discount. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think they're gonna do that.
That's what I said. But you could do that. You could just make the price lower, right? And then you could put the full retail price of what you want from PS Now, and it would still be the same price. It's all about presentation. It's not about what you understand. It's about them making you understand what they're presenting. It's just business. It's just how they do things. So I think if they did it that way, that would be more appealing.
That would kind of lessen the value of like PlayStation Plus. That would kind of lessen the value, because somebody would be looking at it like, well, if I don't get the the PS Now edition, I really ain't getting shit for my money. Like, what am I paying for at this point? You know what I'm saying? I just think that I don't know.
I don't
think people
it definitely has the library now. I think that makes it worth it. In the beginning, it definitely didn't, but now, like I've seen the games they've added, I feel like it's worth it definitely for $100.
How long have you had PS Plus or PS Now? Since when is that in America? Because I just looked and we in Europe still don't have it. That's the crazy thing.
Damn.
I didn't know that.
We had it for like 2 years, a year, something like
Europe always getting secondhand stuff, bro. I feel bad.
We get third-hand stuff here.
That's pretty.
Nothing ever comes here.
Y'all get things a week late.
Didn't officially go in like July or June or something like that, the summer?
I don't even remember, though.
Y'all don't even have PlayStation View, right?
No.
They don't even have that all over America yet. I think it's only in like 5 cities or 5 states.
We got Netflix like last year or something.
We got Netflix in March.
You know what?
Yeah, seriously. We've waited so long.
And the library is still pretty shitty, so it's nothing compared to the American one. So
no, exactly.
Wait. Y'all mean Netflix service in general? Y'all just got, or
in general? I got that last year.
In general.
Damn, crap!
It only came out in Australia this year, and the selection is like 1/10 that of the US one.
You know what that is though. That all come down to licensing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Damn. What are you doing with life if you can't watch Netflix? What is life without Netflix? I don't remember what it was like. That's crazy.
That sucks. I don't know.
But yeah, I think it's a decent deal. I can't do it because I'm honestly not going to invest that much time into playing older games. So that's why I can't do PlayStation Now. I know I ain't going. put.
And on top of that, PSN throttles your data cap. I get way faster speeds on my like computers and mobile devices than I do on my PlayStation devices. And PSN is always down or it's just not connecting right, so you ain't gonna even be able to access that shit half the time. So I can't support it, man.
I don't know why. I don't understand why people have such a big deal with PS Now though. Like they're giving you their old school library, from PS3 or whatever, for $100. You got guys that go out and buy, a whole edition of Battlefield for like $150. You get statues and stuff like that that come with these games, and Sony's presenting a whole entire library to you. Don't get me wrong, it depends on what's in that library. I don't know. But if you have some really quality titles in the PS3 library, then I would think it's worth it if they lower the price. I don't see a problem with the $9 a month thing. I just think the way it's presented is just pushing people away.
Yeah. That's it. They never do things the conventional way. I was like, Sony be coming up with some great ideas and some great products. It's just when it comes to pricing, it's just everybody just like throwing in the towel.
I don't even think they sell PS Now cards. Like that's something else they should do. Like why can't I go to the store and buy
just buy it.
PS Now card? Exactly. Like I don't know, man.
And so
get some dedicated service too.
Some of the games do. Not they don't have a priority on dedicated servers when it comes to their online games. I don't know why.
No, they
we do know why.
Up to the to whoever's game it is.
They talked about price. It pretty much came down to money and price is what they said. So staying on the topic of PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now, so the PlayStation Now games in 2015 amounted to like $1,000 in free games. If of course to get that value you would have had to play all those games, but that's what you got presented to you. I feel like the person in the room that would probably take advantage of most of this stuff is Jack. Probably.
No, I haven't, bro. I haven't played a Plus game in about 4 or 5 months, bro. I ain't gonna even lie to you.
It wasn't so hot this year. I think last year they gave you the only thing that stood out was like Rocket League this year. That was really good, but January, Infamous, Duke Nukem, God.
Prototype. They gave out that good Never Alone, which was pretty dope.
Oh yeah, I did play that joint. I like that joint.
Yeah, that was January. Let me zoom in a little bit. Hold on.
Transistor, I bought that full price. They didn't put the shit for
this
free.
Is really good stuff. You know what's crazy? Someone could actually not buy games and live off PlayStation Plus technically.
They get bored too fast.
Yeah, really bored.
If you're not gaming like that, and then like,
if you're a kid that like your parents don't buy you games like that, this is like a
if your parents don't
chest.
buy you games after spending $400 on a PS4, they need to just be like, I don't know, they need to return it or something. It just doesn't make sense.
True, but like I think like if when I was a kid, my parents wasn't buying me games that often for like Super Nintendo or whatever. Like they didn't buy it. I definitely didn't get a game like monthly or anything like that. So imagine back then if you would have just got a few, even if it was crazy old games, I would have enjoyed this as a kid. Now I don't, obviously I can buy my own games. I almost never take advantage of any of these deals. But
plus they dropped some great titles this year on Plus. The only problem that I had personally with it, and this is a personal issue, like I said, is that either I had already purchased the game day one, so I had already beat it, platinumed it, so giving it to me for free, you really ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
Or I had already purchased some games that I'm just gaming on, and those are gonna take precedence over the free games that I really wasn't even checking for no way. So
yeah,
Plus was cool this year though.
Yeah, what they need to have is digital trade-ins. I'm telling you, the first company that decides to make digital trade-ins is going to kill.
Yeah,
immediately.
Awesome. I might be inclined to buy more digital games if I could do that, but I won't buy digital games now.
I went 100% digital this gen. 100%.
I think it's just gonna be hard for them to regulate some shit like that. I think, because Sony they do
I think they should have not, even if it's not digital trading, like gift. You should be able to gift games or sell your games to another person for like in exchange for like PlayStation bucks or Xbox bucks, and keep it within the ecosystem.
I just think people gonna find a way to break that though. That's why they probably not doing it.
Nah,
that
it
is
has
a good
to be,
idea though.
I think it would have to be in a certain period. That's I don't want to name drop, but I spoke to Phil about this. When I was talking to him, we were talking about digital. I was saying to him, I was like, you guys could really kill the game because you tried to start out with this whole digital idea, and that didn't work out. People didn't like it, and it flopped. But if you were to turn around and present some type of way to trade in digital licenses, and you got a certain amount of money, but you got to do it within a certain amount of time. Like where you got 30 days to trade this game, and if you beat the game within 30 days, you can trade it in. You get like 25 or 30 bucks or something like that. That cuts something else in half. Or like you said, you can, like Kid Smooth said, you can maybe exchange with a friend. Hey, I have this game. Let's swap with this.
But that what you saying, like if you trade a game in after you beat it, like the developers are gonna lose half the money that they made off the game, though. I don't think
they lose it, but they would make half the money back. They would make half the money back compared to GameStop where they ain't making nothing.
But me making $60 off two people buying the same copy of a game does not benefit me, though. You know what I'm saying? When I could just make both of y'all pay full price, you know what I'm saying?
But think about this: how much money you think they're losing from GameStop overall? They're losing more money from GameStop traders than they would lose at least from a digital trader. They would still get.
I don't think they wouldn't take that L though. I just don't.
Well, they've been taking L's from GameStop for years.
Yeah, but that's where the DLC and season pass and all this other shit come in. So I just don't like it. It would help us out naturally, but they ain't on no nice friendship shit. They not finna do that. Two of y'all get the same copy of the game. Like they want us all to pay the strength. Like they ain't about no discounts.
That's already happening though. But that's already
they ain't trying to give us shit.
That's already happening though. You look at what you guys got with Share Play. Microsoft got this little underhanded thing where you guys can swap home accounts and share an entire library. I share an entire library with one of my homeboys. I have like 100 games on my drive already. You know what I'm saying? Like I only buy one game. He buys a game. We both get both games at the same time.
And stuff like that, and they realize people doing stuff like that, but I'm sure they don't really know how to crack down on it. That's the reason I don't think we can give people stuff, and you can trade your used game, your digital games in. It's a great idea, but the actual, execution of it will be flawed because people will find a way to finagle the system to where, oh, you traded that joint in, now I'm finna trade that joint in. We just made $60 off the same copy of a fucking game that they finna sell to two other dumb motherfuckers that's finna do the same shit. Like they losing too much money in the long run off something like that.
I don't know, son. I think they would still make a profit. You already sold one game for $60. Someone trades their game in, they get a $30 credit back from Microsoft. That's how it would work. You didn't turn around and take that $30 and put it towards another game. Somebody else just made $60.
I mean, technically they ain't really losing no money because it's all digital, but I just don't think they.
All right, man, move on. God damn. All right.
Damn, you cranky?
Move on, man.
You cranky?
Hey, wait a minute. What you want to talk about?
Jesus, man, get
The next goddamn topic.
warm milk. He come back it's the first day he cranky. This nigga some warm milk.
Going back and forth with this dumb shit, man. Move on, man.
That's some warm milk, Grandpa.
Move to the next topic, man.
All right, Grandpa,
God,
relax.
I'm over here falling asleep, man. God damn.
You're not even saying nothing though.
Move on, because I ain't got nothing to say about this dumb shit.
All right, then wait till it's over.
So I figure out what hard they want to talk about.
That's what I'm trying to figure
The
out.
next topic. The next motherfucking
NPD.
You making the next topic? What's the next topic?
No, BG got the list.
Then wait.
I'm waiting, man. Go ahead, man.
All right, I'm done with my thoughts on it anyway. God damn.
You know, hard. They just gotta cry. They call me the cry baby.
Trading your digital games, and I get it back, but no, you should get credit for the digital
They
game.
call
Come
me
on,
the
move
cry baby.
on, man. God.
Oh my
Oh
God.
man,
We
this
just trying to have a conversation.
guy, man.
All right, man.
Remember
Y'all
last
two
week-
can match up. Y'all two niggas can match up on Skype and talk about
Yo,
it.
Jack, you remember the last 3 weeks, man?
Yeah.
Oh God, good time,
Yeah.
bro.
We remember that. We remember that. We remember the last 3 faggoty ass weeks. Yes, we did. Now
Oh,
move on.
Oh,
Good guy.
Wow.
angry 8 times here, man. Crazy.
Property level just went down.
Oh man.
Oh God. Yeah, property expense went way down when he came in the room. But all right. So Valve. So Steam accounts, they reported that around like 77,000 Steam accounts like are hacked almost every month. which seems like a big number, but when you take into account how many Steam accounts there are, it's probably like a very small, percentage, but it's still a lot regardless. And people really like to make Steam look like sound like it's impenetrable, like it can't be hacked or something like that, when every platform can be hacked.
Who said Steam couldn't be hacked?
Yeah,
A lot of
PC.
people.
I know.
These
I know
PC
a lot of
leaders make it
people
look
say
perfect.
stuff like. I know a lot of people say stuff like, "Oh, Xbox Live never gets hacked; it never goes down. All networks go down." So this is to be expected that there's always hackers and that there are always people, no matter what platform.
Yep. No, anything connected to the internet with user accounts gets hacked. It ain't no way around it, though.
And you can't stop them either, because if they want to get in, they're gonna get in. That's the one never changing rule of hacking, is that if they want to get in, they're always gonna get in.
Yep. The best thing they could do is try to encrypt the information to like make it harder to decode, but other than that, it ain't no way around it.
Yeah. And to be specific, what they mean by hacked is people actually getting into other people's accounts. That's what they mean by hacked. Because a lot of people like to play semantics with the word. Related to that, you can now permanently delete games from your Steam library.
Oh shit!
And the perfect game to do that would be Aliens Colonial Marines.
Yeah. Oh, fuck that game.
Because that joint is dog shit.
Well, I Am Bread.
Oh, there you go. No, we got to mention that.
I'm gonna delete that just so people can stop mentioning it.
Ah, come on.
I'm gonna get rid of that.
Nah, it's too late, man. You love it.
But I'm wondering, like, if you permanently delete it, does that mean you can't, like, put it back in your library?
I imagine that because you can delete stuff off of your hard drive, but it's still in your Steam library. I mean, if you delete it from the Steam library, presumably it means it's gone. Like, as in, you're basically removing it entirely.
And that's still kind of dumb, because it's like you kind of wasted money. You're not even traded in. You're just throwing it away.
Yeah, it'd be like if you got a game you hated and then you set it on fire and danced around it. Like, you're throwing your money away.
That's yeah.
So yeah, even if it's trash like Duke Nukem or Aliens Colonial Marines, I feel like, well, I might as well keep it.
Yeah, you got to hold on to that.
I mean, I just deleted delete it. I'm not going to delete it permanently. Like, why would I do that?
Unless it's like some special piece of shit like Day One Gary's incident.
No, I think I do got a game called something Rat or something on my Steam account. I could delete that shit permanently. Rat Attack or some stupid shit.
I think I know what you're talking about.
You would.
Sewer Rats or some shit. I don't know. It's something somebody gifted me a long time ago, but it's like terrible. It's like one of the lowest rated games on Steam.
Something I was excited to hear this week. Max Payne could be on PS4. Even though I got it on PC, I'm excited.
Why are you excited if you already got the PC?
I never played the game before. I ain't gonna even lie. Never did. I watched my friends play it. I never got to play it, man.
Come on, Jack.
I know I'm slipping, bro.
Come on. Is it true what Harday says? The graphics just look too AAA for you?
You see that? Man, that look like a potato wedge. Oh man.
But
how much they gonna charge for this? $15?
They're gonna have to be 15.
It's probably on PS4. You really think they're gonna sell you this for 15?
No, it's gonna be 16.
His face stuck like that.
If it got a platinum trophy,
hold on, but it's a PlayStation 2 classic. How much is it gonna be?
That's got to be 15, bro.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it probably is. They did say that.
Yeah. It was like digital release or something on PSN, then $15. I'd pay for that.
I mean, after playing Max Payne 3, I can't really go back to 1 or 2. Like, I just can't do it myself.
Story though, man.
How they don't care about stories in games.
They had a way better
stories in games.
Max Payne 3, yeah.
I love stories, but one of the Max Paynes I didn't like, where it was like the dream sequence, where it's like it turned to like a platform.
That was 2.
That was 2?
That was 2.
Oh, that shit was annoying.
Yeah.
Couldn't stand that shit.
Yeah, I don't know, man. want to play it over again on, like, I don't know. I don't know if I just be talking though. I don't know if I'm really gonna get any of these PS2 classics. I'm probably not. I got way more. I got too
I
many
just don't want to
games.
play a game of 4x3, man. Like, that's what's killing me, man. I don't even think they can make it like widescreen and shit.
Let me ask y'all a question. Y'all really think the PS2 classic thing is big? Like it's gonna take off?
When they expand the library, yeah. Not right now.
I won't be taking that much advantage of it. I know that.
Probably
Other
not gonna
people?
fuck with it like that.
Other people hype it like, you know, that like they're thrilled for PS2 classics. I don't know how authentic they are though. I can honestly say it's cool for it to be there, but I can't see myself playing one anytime soon. Not with the amount of new current games we have out right now. I can't see myself doing it. Like,
I don't think there's a lot of people that have that nostalgic factor. There's people that will go back and enjoy the game if it was free, but I don't know if people would go out and just start paying $15 for a PS2 game, depending on what it is.
I did hear they probably gonna start putting those PS2 games on Plus though, so a lot of people go back to that.
I think that should have been like the thing to do. The way to introduce them is throw them on PS Plus instead of throwing out them trash ass indies.
I mean, shit. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wait, Max Payne 3, that's on PS3 and 360, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think they should bring that to PS4, but Rockstar not gonna do that.
They had to remaster that shit.
Rockstar make too much money. They don't care about remasters.
Did Max Payne 3 sell well? I didn't think it did, right?
It did,
3
but
million.
not as much as I thought it would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as much as I think it needed, because that game
exactly.
was like a technical. That game looked good. It sounded good. That costs a lot of money, no doubt.
And I could never understood when I looked at the sales, I had to like refresh the page because I'm like, why wouldn't this game sell a lot of copies? It's made by Rockstar. Okay, it's not a conventional Rockstar game. It's made by Rockstar. There's bullet time. I don't know, like I still love every game with bullet time. It looks good. You're shooting shit. I didn't get it. I didn't get why this. It didn't, and it came out pretty much by itself.
Next to
There was
nothing.
no other game around it. So I was like,
Well, it came out with Diablo 3, but that's
yeah. Okay.
But I mean, you really can't count that, you know.
That's a
They're
way
completely
different
different
game.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a PC exclusive at the time, so.
So yeah, it didn't sell bad for like in general, but for a game I feel like came out by Rockstar, and at the time I feel like it should have sold way more, and that was just strange.
Oh, it sold a lot better than Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Did it sell better? Shots fired! Shots fired! Bang bang!
Yeah, but
Hey,
it came
did
out as a
Max Payne-
multi-platform game.
All right,
Yeah,
hold
but
on.
on one platform it sold better is what I meant.
All right, hold on. We're gonna get to that, but hold on. Did Max Payne 3 sell better than 1 and 2?
I think it sold better than 2, but not 1. I won't double check.
Yeah, Max Payne 3 was amazing. That's one of my favorite games.
I'd be upset at gamers when they don't buy games that should sell, man.
Yeah,
That was one of my
man.
favorite games of 2012.
I see.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Max Payne would probably hit BC on 360. I can see that in Red Dead hitting it eventually.
I don't think Rockstar cares.
They do. I guarantee you. I got a feeling. I bet you Microsoft will probably get that Red Dead deal, like that marketing deal, and they'll probably drop Red Dead with it, like Red Dead 2, at E3 or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised.
No, Rockstar do their own thing, man.
Hold
Like,
on,
this
hold on.
stage.
Red Dead. What? Hold on. What
Yeah, man,
Microsoft-
Rockstar have a very good relationship with PlayStation. That much is evident with
I mean,
their Grand Theft Auto 5 marketing. Why would they then swap it to Xbox?
Because that's Grand Theft Auto, not Red Dead. Red
No,
Dead's a
Red
different
Dead is
game.
probably Red Dead is
Yeah,
just
but
as-
Call of Duty used to be Xbox. Now it's on PlayStation. Things change. These companies don't
But
really
that-
care
you're
as
not-
much
You're
about.
talking about
It's so-
a particular
Assassin's Creed
game.
started with PlayStation, then they went to Xbox, and then back to PlayStation.
So hold on, Rockstar had a marketing deal with Sony?
Yeah, for the PS3, PS3 and PS4 versions they
knew that.
did.
Yeah, but that's for
Nah,
Grand Theft Auto. We're talking about a different game, though.
This
Like,
is
it's one
So wait, hold on. What are you saying? You saying? Hold on. You're saying that Microsoft could possibly get Red Dead 2 exclusively? Or
No,
what?
no,
no,
marketing
no.
deal.
Marketing.
Just like Star Wars,
Oh,
that's
marketing.
Fallout. Right? They could they can mess around and get a marketing deal for Red Dead, and then drop Red Dead.
I don't know,
I'll be
man.
real with y'all. I
don't
think
know.
Rockstar would tell Sony and Microsoft to fuck themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
They
They
don't
do their
none
own
of
thing.
them.
They don't
do
need
their own
that.
thing.
That's what I was thinking.
They don't go to
need it.
E3. They don't do anything like that. They're just like,
Yeah.
hey, here's a trailer, 30 million views, pre-orders out the arse. They
they
own
don't.
the industry. They can do whatever they want.
I mean,
When did
anybody
GTA
can do
5
whatever they
sell?
want. I mean, anybody can do that.
No. Anybody's not Rockstar. Anybody's
That's not what I
Rockstar.
said. I said anybody can do whatever they want.
No, but what he was saying is like
Right.
Rockstar is Rockstar. Like they really can do what they want and
Yeah, you
not
can't
be
see
hurt by it
Ubisoft
at all.
doing that. You can't see Ubisoft not going to E3 or Activision or anything like that. You know, none of them are the same as Rockstar in terms of like public opinion.
Didn't GTA 5 pass the 50 million mark?
Yeah, it did.
64, right? Yeah.
That is insane.
64, jeez.
I can't see them signing a marketing deal with somebody because they don't need nobody to market for them.
I mean, it's not but that it always happens. I don't think that Grand Theft Auto needed a marketing deal, but it marketed with Sony.
Like,
Star
if
Wars didn't need a
that-
marketing deal, but they did it with PlayStation.
If you would have never told me they had a marketing deal with Sony, I would have known because I did not
It
even
wasn't
know.
big. It was a bundle. That
It's the
was
same
the thing
thing.
that they were doing.
No, Fallout.
But it wasn't-
Fallout. My bad. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, you can go first.
I was just
Oh,
gonna
no,
say,
you know what? Hold on. You know what? Microsoft did have a marketing deal with GTA 4, right? And they lost a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
Because they had got the DLC first or something like that, and they spent like $50 million or something for it, and they lost a lot of money on that.
Yeah, I mean, like I
50
said,
million.
at the end of the day, I just think that this is something like I think if Quantum Break comes out, I wouldn't be surprised if they gave Alan Wake with BC. I just think that's just something that they're doing this gen, and everybody wants Red Dead. I think that might be something they may look into. I don't know. I'm not saying it's a fact. I'm just saying that it's possible.
Red Dead 2, man.
And we already know Red Dead
Dead 2.
2. We already know Red Dead 2 is going to be huge. Like they're going to make more billions of dollars.
Is it going to come out next year, you think? Or
2018.
I don't know if it's come out. I think they'll show it. They'll say
Nah,
something
hold
about it
on.
next year.
First, Rockstar is going to announce it, and then they're going to delay it about 5 times.
yeah.
They might do the same thing as Bethesda did with Fallout 4, where they announce it, 6 months ahead of time, and like, hey, it's only coming in 6 months.
That's what I was
Does it
thinking,
work?
because the last game they made was GTA 5, which came out in 2013. It's been like 3 years now almost, or 2 years. So, I mean, they need to come out with a game at some time. I know they don't need to, because they have GTA, which is sold crazy.
And and then the PC version is going to get delayed about 11 times. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we know
But one thing you know is Rockstar is working on something big right now, because when they come, they come. That's why they take their time, and they don't care about delays and how you feel about them. They'll delay it 2 weeks before. Like, it's delayed.
You buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we can get to So Scott Road,
Brody.
oh, excuse me. Like, you care about his last name, Jack?
No, hey, man.
I mean, I know he's a Sony exec and shit. My bad,
Yeah, you can't
Rhodey.
be disrespecting my people like that, bro. Like,
All right. Scott Rhodey
yeah, there you go.
was talking about Santa Monica's next game, Sucker Punches, and Sony Bend, and all of them got games they're working on. Probably, I'm convinced we're going to see a God of War 4 reveal at E3. We're going to see Sucker Punch's new game and Sony Bend's new game. But he said something like, I guess I found interesting. He said Sony never retires any of their IPs, and I'm like, yeah, I do. The fuck you mean?
What are they talking about?
Yeah, he full of shit.
Spyro?
Huh?
I mean, oh wait, no, Spyro was not.
They
as-
sold
don't worry
Spyro.
about
Yeah, that was Activision.
Yeah.
Activision has that now, right? But
Yeah.
I don't know if. Okay, they don't officially put any of their games in retirement, but they kill off every generation. They kill off a bunch of their games, and not because the games aren't good or it doesn't do well. That's just their style. It's safe to say Killzone is done now. Infamous is probably gonna be done now. I don't
You
think.
think Killzone is done? I think they're going to do a new Killzone.
You think Killzone is done? Why?
Yeah.
You think Guerrilla Games? I don't think
They
like
trying to
after
move- they
this,
trying to
after
move on.
making Horizon, I can't see Guerrilla Games going back to Killzone.
They have like no other first-person shooter apart from Killzone, though. So
Yeah, because Resistance is done.
Yeah,
They will
Resistance
have
is
done
done.
that.
That's unfortunate.
That now Resistance is dead.
Yeah, Infamous is. I think Infamous is done.
Hold on, why? Why is Infamous done?
Infamous is gonna get a sequel as well.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I really hope not, because Infamous 2 had the best ending, and it should have ended there, but they decided to keep going.
Man,
I just, as much as I like Infamous, I don't see any reason.
Infamous is trash, man.
No,
It's bad 'cause you get
It's probably for the best, man. It's for
Nah,
the
Jack Move ain't never played it. Too much graphical fidelity.
best. I played it.
Skip that shit. That shit
Hey,
fucked
man,
his whole eye up and everything.
I don't like formulaic stories and typical
no.
archetype fucking characters, shit like that, man. I'm good, bro.
Infamous 2 had a great story.
I thought Infamous
Hey, man,
1
hey.
had a great story. I just felt it was too
Yes, it
repetitive.
did.
Hey,
It was just really repetitive, though.
Then all of them, because the Infamous Second Son is extremely repetitive.
hey,
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
I don't want to run around with a dude with some Union Jack pants on and a goddamn humongous tuning fork smacking dudes upside their head, all right?
But you'll
I
run
can't
around
do
with a little kid with a fucking wolf.
it. Yeah, I will, nigga. Yeah, I will,
Fuck outta
nigga.
here.
Yeah, exactly. Shut up, nigga.
But yeah, Sony kills their IPs. I'm pretty okay. God of War. I think God of War 4 is definitely done at 4. It could have even been done at 3, but you know the
They
ending.
could do something with God of War, though. If they would
Yeah,
leave
but
Kratos
didn't he
alone.
kill all? From what I heard, didn't he kill all the the gods? What else?
You
is
can-
but they're gonna do
Oh,
a
there's
completely
more
new
guys.
You
one.
can move on
There's
from
more
Kratos,
guys.
though. You could do
There's
something
more
like
guys.
in Egypt and mess
Yeah.
with like Set and Ra and all of them. I think that would be fire.
That'd be awesome.
That would be fire if they did that.
So I thought about this, right? What if like E3 comes, right? And then boom, on the screen you see God, and then Goddess just comes up at the end.
Nah.
Oh,
How you
Nah. Chill.
Hold on, so you're saying take God of War and now have a woman as the lead?
What if they did that though? Wouldn't that like people would lose it?
Nah.
I don't know. I'm not saying they would all be positive reactions.
Man, what's going on with your freak ass, man?
Hey, what?
Hold on. Hold on. This nigga BG love looking at digital titties, man. Because you love Rise of the Tomb Raider. Now you want God of War to have a female. You know she
I'm
gonna be
just saying
Hey, man, this shit.
that could be a different approach. That's all I'm saying.
And then you know it'd be crazy if they made her like black, but she had a white voice actress.
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
I mean, listen. I'm cool with that as long as she's still as violent as fucking Kratos. Like, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? But
you gotta move her. She has to be fighting a different set of gods. She had to be a God of War for a different set of gods.
Because
That would be
Roman
nah. I don't think Sony ready for that. The backlash would be crazy, man.
I don't think they're gonna do it because they have to finish Kratos' story.
Where
They-
she goes down to the bottom of the ship with two dudes in the bed with their schlongs hanging out. Like, come on,
Oh,
son.
God.
Nobody's trying to see all that, bro.
Pause.
Ain't nobody trying to see that. Like, nobody trying to see that, though. Pause on that.
Yeah, since Kratos crawled away somehow at the end of God of War 3, spoilers, I don't give a fuck, is like 5 years old. But yeah, he crawled away at the end, so...
Yo, you ain't got no respect for your viewers. You always spoiling some shit.
Man, listen, I have no sorrow, no sympathy for somebody who doesn't...
Listen, you got a lot of new PlayStation gamers, dog. You know what I'm
really-
saying? You gotta be sensitive
You
to
haven't
that
played
shit.
God of
No,
War
but it-
3 is like $5 now. If you haven't played it, not spoil it for you. That's
Yeah,
your
like if you haven't played it at this
No,
stage,
Sony
you
won.
won't go back.
Sony won about $40 for that remaster.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what to tell you if you ain't beat it. Kratos, he dies at the end, but then the opening and then the ending credits, he crawls away. Sorry,
He
I ruined
might
it.
release humanity or some shit at the end too. So they might do something with that, which would be probably stupid as hell. But
I can't wait for God of War 4, man. Jeez, I can't wait to see that shit.
Because God of War 3 visually looks good even now on PlayStation.
and Ascension, that joint look crazy.
They'll wear God of War shirt at E3, but announce something completely different.
It's
Nah.
coming though. It's
Now
definitely.
they canceled that IP, by the way. They were working on like both God of War and a completely new IP, but that
Yeah.
one got canceled last year or
Space
something, or
game,
this year.
yeah.
So they're definitely making God of War 4. That's gonna happen.
I can only imagine how much time they wasted on that new IP. It seemed like they
Yeah.
time on it. But,
Yeah, they did.
yeah. So it was just that Scott Rhodey said that they don't retire IPs. I'm like, that's all y'all do is retire IPs after the generation. I've been doing that since the inception of PlayStation.
Yeah.
So they do it more than They do it more than Microsoft, more than Nintendo. Nintendo keeps their IPs forever. They never let go of that shit. And you know, pretty much the same with Microsoft. pretty much.
Actually, I just thought something. I wonder why he said this now that they've been talking about Uncharted 4 being the last, Naughty Dog Uncharted game. Maybe he's trying to suggest that they're going to continue that series under a different
I don't
developer.
want to do that.
Yeah,
I don't want him to do it either.
shouldn't.
Well, Ben tried to make another Uncharted game, and they told him not to. So I don't know.
But the thing is that they have no control because Sony owns the IP. So
Yeah,
in the end, Sony makes the decision. But at the same time, I do feel Naughty Dog is has enough power to be able to tell Sony that they just don't want other studios to make a new Uncharted game and stuff. And I do hope that Uncharted 4 is the final one. Definitively, if it's the final Naughty Dog one, it should be the final Uncharted one as well, because you just don't want a different studio making it. They need to end it at the highest peak. Yeah.
And that's what I like about PlayStation, because it's none of these games are guaranteed to carry on into carry on forever. At least that's what I do like about it. You're gonna get new IPs.
Oh, you mean like Microsoft, because they'll carry Halo into.
Well, yeah,
more than Microsoft, Nintendo. That's one of the main reasons. I hate
Nintendo too.
Carries on their IPs forever.
Yeah,
So,
Nintendo.
I mean, if it make you money, you keep doing it. Don't get me wrong. You don't break a formula, but at the same time, it can get stale. I think they need to take a break, my honest opinion. But if I say that out loud,
They
Xbox
won't,
fans
though.
go crazy.
Yeah, after Need for Speed outsells you, yeah, it's time for that shit to take place.
I remember doing a show and I suggested that 343 and the Coalition should do their own games, and man,
Nah. 3,
that
4,
was
3 are doomed to
that
Halo,
was not
man.
a good look. I mean, they're built for Halo, but they have
And same
enough
with the
talent to do
Coalition.
something else. Yeah, but they both have enough. Well, first of all, the Coalition used to be Black Tusk. Black Tusk was actually working on a different game. I still think they should do something else. I don't understand why these two studios have to be relegated to making just these IPs. And I said this before. I said that it's terrible if you just keep coming out with Halo, Halo Wars, Halo RPG, Halo Adventure game. It's like over time, nobody cares about what's
But how big are
right.
those teams, though?
But still, nobody cares about what happens at the end of Halo. All they see is Halo. It's like Forza. You know what I'm saying? Forza Horizon is an amazing game, but the people who don't play Forza and hate on Xbox only see Forza. Oh, there's been 3 Forzas the last 3 years. Imagine what would happen with Gears and Halo if they did that. To me, I think they should just do something where they have another IP and try to make it as big as those two, and then just rotate them.
Well, that's part of the reason why I'm so looking forward to next year for Xbox, is because they've got the more interesting IPs. Quantum Break, I'm looking forward to. Scalebound, Crackdown 3, so that's not a good example. But they've at least got a few new IPs coming out next year.
They do, and my only concern with those is that, first of all, I know that Scalebound and Quantum Break are going to be more than one game. That's a series of games. My only concern with that is that what happens when those studios stop making those games? Because Microsoft owns the IP. Do you give those games to two different studios? You know what I'm saying? And how would they work on them? That's my only concern.
They're a bit different, the games themselves, though, because Scalebound is being made by Platinum. They're independent, whereas Remedy are owned by Microsoft. But
Remedy's not. No, Remedy's
they are.
independent. No, they're not.
Remedy's
Remedy's not owned by Microsoft.
I think
I'm double-checking.
Microsoft does own Quantum IP though. I think
They own. Yeah, they
Yeah,
own
they
IPs.
don't own Remedy, though. They don't.
Yeah, they own Quantum
Hold on,
Break,
I'm checking.
Scalebound, Recore, and Crackdown, but they don't own none of the studios actually that's making those games. Yeah, they don't own none of the studios. They just own the IPs on them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, speaking of that, that was another topic. Because Scott Rode also said that Sony is opening to acquire different studios. So I just wanted to know what do y'all think as far as Microsoft and Sony goes? What studios do you think they should acquire if they did make one?
Man,
Sony?
this again?
Sony, I think they should try to acquire Housemarque because they've never made a bad game. They only make good games.
What company is that?
Housemarque, the makers of
Resogun.
Resogun, Super Stardust HD, Dead Nation, the upcoming Alien Nation. They got 2 more games coming out.
All small games.
All critically acclaimed good games.
All indie games that Jack Move Johnny plays and carries.
You know why they indie games? Because Sony ain't bought them yet. Anyway,
Yeah, all small budget.
Jack did make a good point last week though that Witcher 3 was indie. That was
Yeah, I know. I told Jack Move that. That's where he got
well,
it.
I realized that when they first. Anyway, Supergiant Games, the makers of Bastion and Transistor. I would love to see them work with Sony. The people that made Velocity 2X, I don't know why I'm blanking on their name right now. Damn. What the fuck is their name? I don't know, man. Oh yeah, Future Lab. Their name is Future Lab.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would like Microsoft to acquire Remedy without question because they just work well together. The Alan Wake franchise, you got Quantum Break coming out. I think that's actually a studio, in my opinion, that they need. They need a studio like that, a story-driven studio for single-player experiences. I would actually like them to pick up Moon Studios, the creators of Ori and the Blind Forest. I would like them to buy them if that was possible.
Hold on, by Remedy, what other game they did besides Alan Wake?
Max Payne.
Yeah, Max Payne. Yeah, that's what I meant to say, not Crackdown.
Oh, that's right. They did it because Alan Wake wasn't that successful on 360, right?
It wasn't that successful, but it was a quality game, and it came out the same time as Red Dead. So a lot of people glossed over it at the time.
I mean, Alan Wake is it's a
But
cool
it sold. I sold in the millions. Don't get me wrong. You know, later on it sold in the millions. A lot of people wanted to come back, so we'll see what
It was
happens.
definitely profitable because with the PC release, they
Yeah.
definitely made a profit off of it after
Now-
that.
Yeah, the PC was really brought it to life.
Now Microsoft doesn't own Alan Wake though. That's the only thing. Remedy owns Alan Wake, but Microsoft owns Quantum Break.
I think if Remedy proved themselves with Quantum Break, then they might buy them.
Yeah, I like them. And if Remedy, not Remedy, if God damn it, what's the name of that studio? Oh my God.
I mean, that's if they want to be bought, right? They gotta want to be.
Yeah, they gotta want to be bought. The Titanfall dudes too. I would love for those guys to make a mech assault game, just all mechs. That would be crazy.
Titanfall dudes is Respawn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They remain independent.
I think they're gonna stay independent. Yeah, they not after.
I know.
They don't want to do that. Yeah.
I know. I'm just saying. We're just calling out studios that we would like. That's what I'm saying.
You know who I would like to see?
Respawn. There you go. Respawn. Yeah.
Microsoft buy. Nobody's probably thinking of this, but I think Monolith Productions.
What game is they?
Shadow of Mordor, right?
They did.
Mordor.
They did Fear, the Sphere series, the Condemned series, and the latest game they did was Shadow of Mordor.
Did you beat any of those games, Kiss Move?
I beat Condemned was my favorite game from them.
That actually is a good game. I agree with that though, because
Condemned 2 was good.
Condemned is that's a genre Microsoft don't have, like a horror genre. They don't have many horror games on the Xbox like that. That's first party.
I definitely think Microsoft should buy Remedy. I think that would just be a smart move. I think some of them, Sony and Microsoft, don't end up buying the studio because, like, they're like, okay, well, you're agreeing to give us your games exclusively. Why should we buy you? Right? I think that's why a lot of them don't do it because it's like, okay, that's more expense. You're going to give us your games anyway. You know, so
yeah,
I think
Sony never bought Insomniac because they already own Ratchet and Clank.
Exactly.
So.
Like we don't need you. We own your game. So it's like, nah, we ain't gonna buy you. Same thing with like Quantic Dream.
Yeah.
I think they should buy Quantic Dream, but David Cage and that studio just love giving Sony their exclusive. So
yeah,
Sony,
they don't have to. That's the thing. They
Yeah.
keep making games for them exclusively. So
I mean, maybe they tried and the deal just wasn't right.
I mean, they don't have to, but then you get situations like Sunset Overdrive, and the reason they went with Microsoft with that is because Sony always was like, hey, you got to give us that IP if you make this their game, and Microsoft didn't, Microsoft let them keep their IP, so, I think they should. If you can secure it and you got the money for it, I definitely think they should.
Yeah.
I wonder what's gonna happen with Kojima. Like, who's gonna someone gonna acquire him or something? Like, rumors are he's gonna form a new studio and Sony might acquire it or something. That'd be very big, I would say.
I don't know. Hey, Farrell, you're right. Phil Spencer, that's one of his regrets. He said that they did pass up on BioWare. They had an opportunity to buy them up, and they passed on it. That was the one thing he said that made him real sick, that he had to pass on it. But I actually reached out to Rare, because Rare with Perfect Dark, and I had said that I would like for them to get Kojima to work on Perfect Dark. And I thought that would be really good. And what was crazy was that Adam Isgreen actually favored that. If you don't know who Adam Isgreen is, he's a creative director for Microsoft, works with Ken Lobb. So I wonder if they have reached out to him for that game in particular. I think that'd be pretty dope.
who's the studio that made Journey again?
That game company.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Sony should get that game company. I think that would
Oh
be,
yeah, no doubt. Dreambox Studios, another company they should acquire.
I think I want to see them make a AA game or a AAA game. I think that would be really good.
They're not big enough for that though, I think.
Give them, that's why if they had Sony behind them, they could
Yeah,
get
they
a
need them,
studio. You know,
No, not Kojima at Rare. I'm saying that they would bring him in to work on a particular game, like, like many guys are doing Quantum Break, and you got Platinum doing. They would get his studio to work on Perfect Dark.
Yeah.
That would be dope. You know what I mean? Because I could imagine Joy in the Dark being like semi, I guess, stealthy. That's what she was.
Yeah,
but
that's what it is. It's
yeah.
semi-stealthy. You're dealing with technology, the future, aliens, and things like that, and he would reboot it and write the script.
Okay. All right. So one gotta go. We ain't do these for the past few weeks. So I got like 3. All right. So one gotta go. GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, Turok.
Oh, this is easy. Okay.
What was that? Repeat that one more time.
GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, Turok, Dinosaur Hunter. Fringy?
Turok, I reckon.
Jack?
I don't play FPSs.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Turok as well.
Smooth?
Turok.
Robin?
I'm not old school enough to say I've played any of those, so.
Okay. Most people wouldn't even admit that. There's frauds out here. Heart 8?
Perfect Dark.
Really?
No.
Yeah, I never played it, so gotta go.
Alright.
I played Turok and GoldenEye, of course.
Tick?
Turok.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Turok too. Next one, Streets of Rage, Double Dragon, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time.
Streets of Rage. Streets of Rage. I gotta go with Streets of Rage.
Streets of
Well,
Rage.
why are you picking one game though? It should be the whole franchise, right? Or
Well, okay, yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the whole franchise.
Streets of Rage, bro.
The whole franchise for all of them.
Yeah, Streets of Rage. Double Dragon and Turtles? Crazy.
These dudes is trapping. This is a tough one. This is a tough one.
Nah, Streets of Rage.
Ninja
was dope,
Turtles is
but
what?
Ninja Turtles?
Streets of Rage was amazing.
Turtles.
No,
was
you know,
fire.
I give it a
three.
Double Dragon, bro. I give it a Double Dragon. I take
Yo,
it.
you know how many quarters I wasted in the laundromat playing Ninja Turtles, bro? Chill, son. Ninja Turtles all day.
Man, Streets of Rage
Well,
1 and 2 was
It can't
crazy.
be removed, in my opinion. So it's between,
Double Dragon and Streets of Rage. I got Double Dragon is dope though, son. Double Dragon is like, it's like the legacy, man.
Because
I'm gonna go with Double Dragon because Double Dragon was more slower paced. Streets of Rage was amazing when that game came out, dog. Like that shit was like Double Dragon was like the OG, but once like Final Fight and Streets of Rage came out, you forgot all about Double Dragon.
I guess, yeah. But still, I'm gonna stick with Double Dragons. You could always update Double Dragon.
And I know damn well most people here ain't beat Double Dragon 3. That shit was hard as hell.
Didn't Double Dragon have like the hurricane kick?
Yeah.
Can you do a spin hit? Like, come on, son. He was throwing knives and stuff. You had nunchucks. You could pick up everything in that game, bro.
Double Dragon, like I said, Double Dragon was cool, but Final Fight and Streets of Rage, they like built upon that and made it better.
Final Fight was fire. There was a game that I had on Super Famicom. I can't remember. It was a ninja game that was really dope. So fire back in the day. I wish I could remember what it was called, but that was a really dope side-scrolling beat 'em up too. There was like 3 ninjas. They were all robots. Damn, what is the name of that game? I can't
I
remember.
don't know what you're talking about. I remember like.
You remember that? It was like a giant mech robot, and you had a girl, and there was a robot.
I got the cover of the game in my head, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was pretty sick.
All right, last one. All right, Banjo. Somebody said it was Ninja Warriors. What's it called? That
Ninja Warriors. There you go.
Or
Yes,
Shinobi.
sir.
Yeah, I was
That game
thinking
was so fire, son.
Banjo Kazooie,
Uh-huh.
Crash Bandicoot,
Hmm.
and well, I got a few. I can put more than 3 in this. Okay, Banjo Kazooie, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon, and Mario 64.
Damn.
Damn,
That's
that's a
tough.
hard one.
That's tough.
For me, this is pretty easy. Banjo Kazooie could go. It's pretty easy for me.
I never liked Spyro, dog. I don't know why.
I like
I
Dragon.
mean, it could be Spyro or Banjo, because Crash and Super Mario 64, them 2 games was the shit, man. So,
Crash can't
Yeah, those
go.
are great.
Crash Bandicoot, the PlayStation 1, they're some of the best games ever made. I love them. So it'd be either between Spyro or Banjo Kazooie. Spyro, I reckon. Yeah.
I didn't play Spyro. I've just recently played Banjo, but I like dragons. What can you do in Spyro?
Pretty much the same thing you could do at Crash. Spyro was a little bit more of an open game than Crash though. Crash was like
Did Spyro have flying levels?
Not in the first one, I think. In 2 and 3, it did. And I beat Crash like multiple times as a kid. Like I 100%ed that game multiple times.
I have to go Spyro. Yeah. I have to go Spyro.
Yeah, to me, Spyro would have to go.
This one's not easy though. That's the thing. Like this one was a hard one to pick.
Yeah, all of them were good, but I think Spyro was the most underwhelming out of all of them. Yeah.
That's what's up.
All right. Okay. So real quick, I guess that's just to mention this about DX12. So another developer, the Nitrous Engine team, spoke on DX12 and just, you know,
we still talking about the secret sauce. Are we still talking about this, man?
They reiterated what we heard before. DX, you know, if DX12 comes when it comes to Xbox One, it has the potential to increase performance and help FPS and resolution. So it was just reiterated.
I don't want to say I'm an expert on it. I spoke to a lot of people about DX12. I really don't want to have this conversation. I really don't. It's just gonna get too heated. It really is.
Yes, have the conversation. Let's do it.
Might as well. I mean, listen, Kid Smooth. Whatever game is using it, you ain't gonna beat it. So what does it matter?
you do realize me and BG like beat the same amount of games this year.
Who? What?
What the fuck? Nigga. Hold on. What? Wait. Hold on. That hurt. What the fuck?
That's the funniest shit I heard.
Hold on.
Oh man, I should have teared for that one. Hold up.
Man.
Why you mentioned my name? Hold on. I'm not trying to play you, Kid Smooth, but that was like an insult to me.
No. It wasn't supposed to be an insult. People were under this impression I don't beat games, but
well, I mean, weren't you posting pictures of this on Wii Game here? Like, I beat this game, taking pictures of it.
I beat a lot of games, man. I don't know if you could say you beat the same amount as me. We beat some of the same games, but I don't know about the same amount.
19 hours in The Witcher 3, one achievement.
Oh, that was funny, man.
Yo, that joint made me laugh. Like, I caught stomach cramps with that one, bro.
Oh, man, that was funny as hell.
He said the same amount. I don't know. We gonna have to, like, list the names, like, afterwards or something, list the amount of games we beat this year. I don't think you beat
That was too funny, dog. Man, that was funny.
That's crazy.
That was a good one.
I don't even know what to say, man. God, BG, you, damn. I mean, shit. I don't know.
You threw me under the bus with that. That was crazy. What were we talking about?
DirectX 12. DirectX 12.
Nah, we were moving on from DX12. Nobody want to talk about DX12.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's no point talking about a fantasy anyway, so.
Oh, man. Wow.
Hey, did put it out there, bro.
When was it supposed to? When is it supposed to come to Xbox One?
First of all, DX12 is on Xbox right now.
No, I mean, no, but I'm talking about like the effects of it. You know, this idea that it's gonna make the Xbox One some massive, powerful system.
Who said that? Who said that? Who said that?
Well, I mean, you know, even like Microsoft themselves have been trying to upplay it about how great it's gonna be.
Yes, they have. Bill Spencer said it's not.
No, they have not. Microsoft.
No, some of them have, some of them haven't.
Listen,
Phil Spencer did.
Hold up. Nobody from Microsoft has said anything about it doing some massive thing for Xbox.
Did you not watch the conference for Windows 10 where
it
Phil
was
Spencer
for Windows 10? It was for Windows 10 for PC.
Yeah, and then it's
that was based on PC.
That was
That's
based
what,
on PC.
Right, okay.
And that's what we've been trying. And that's what we've been trying to tell these X-Fags that's based on PC.
That's
where
based
it will
on
be
PC.
more- yeah.
However, hold up, time out. However, there will be effects on the Xbox One. Nobody ever said that it was going to be some massive thing that's going to make it surpass the PlayStation 4 or any console out there. The only thing that DX12 is going to do for Xbox is make games run better and possibly have better textures. That's it.
Right, but my issue was that there were so many people in the community who were trying to say that that was what would happen, and then they were sending me links like, oh, look, games that are unoptimized run this much better on DX12, and all I was thinking was like, yeah, but you know, console games are not unoptimized.
That's because people.
So it's a bad example.
You have people out there that are trying to take guesses at something that no one knows anything about. There's only
We damn sure don't.
There's only a few devs out there that really know. This is what I can tell you.
We know more about the Easter Bunny than this bullshit. That's all I'm
It's
saying.
true.
I'm
It's
just
true.
saying, man.
It's true. Look,
Listen, when is it going to take effect? When are we going to see the
you
effects?
have to wait for the games.
What game?
Yeah, but
wait for
I
the
mean,
game.
this is the same thing they were saying about the cloud in 2013. They were still talking about it.
They did.
And
Hold up. Time out. First of all, Crackdown is coming out next year. That's going to be the first cloud game that drops in the summer.
Hold on. Is that Halo 5 running the cloud?
That drops in the
Hold on,
summer.
Halo 5 is running the cloud.
No. Listen, Crackdown is
Hold
going to be the
on.
first
Halo 5 is not running on the cloud.
Listen to what I'm telling you. What you're talking about is something completely different. There's
Oh,
plenty
we
of
got
games that
different
run on.
clouds. Oh, we got different clouds.
There are.
Oh, okay.
Hold up.
So, hold up. Let me talk. So, how do we determine these different clouds? Is one, there's one called thunder and the other one calls rain? Like, how do we determine these different clouds?
You're tripping over yourself. You're not even listening. You're trying to make jokes. It's not funny.
Okay.
I'm being honest with you. The reality of it is this. You got, for example, you got certain things where you have AI coming to the game. You have the cloud that can control stats in the game. But this is different. We're talking about cloud compute for physics. It's going to be the first time that what they were actually talking about is actually going to happen. This is the reason why they're releasing Crackdown next summer by itself. This is the multiplayer by itself. They're not even releasing it with the single-player game.
Hold on, let me just interject real quick. Here's something that I said before to someone who I won't name about this, where he was trying to say, oh, Crackdown will use a cloud, and I drew an example to Watch Dogs where I asked, was what they showed what ended up being the final game? You can't know for sure that that's how it's going to end up when it comes out. They can say it now, but you don't know if the game, when it releases, will be the same as what they're showing you now. That's what I'm trying to say. Well, you got to wait.
Watch Dogs had a graphics downgrade. We're not talking about graphics.
No, but
we're talking about physics.
No, you're not understanding what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's about what they tell you, what they show you, and what that final game is. I'm not just speaking about graphics alone. I'm talking about promises that are made and not kept. Good example, in Destiny, they said Saturn would be in the base game. That was a lie. They said that there'd be player trading and gambling. That turned out to not be true. You can't just accept what they say.
You're talking about features in a particular game.
Right,
These people they're talking about programming in a game. Yeah. They're talking about using something that they have built up throughout the entire world.
So features in the game aren't programming in the game.
What I'm trying to explain to you is that Microsoft already has these things set up. They have an infrastructure already built.
How do you know? Have you seen them? Have you played the game?
How do I know that they have Azure servers throughout the world?
What I'm trying to say is that until you own the game, you can never, and in this industry, you can never say for sure what's going to be in it, what's not going to be in it, what it's actually going to be like when it comes out. You see this all the time. That's what I'm trying to say.
Listen. We're just going to have to talk to the weatherman about the cloud, because we're not getting anywhere.
All right, look, the first game physically physics-based that's going to use the cloud is
Crackdown 3.
Crackdown. That's what he's saying.
Exactly. It's the first game.
Halo.
Right. Yeah.
Halo. How did they use it?
Hey, I believe Halo uses theirs for their stats and their online. That's what
Okay.
they use it for.
Hold
You
on,
have-
you said I believe, so that's not facts, right?
It's
So
different.
that's
No,
not
it's not a
facts.
fact. It's not a fact.
That's
I don't,
not a fact?
It's not
Okay.
a fact. It's not a fact.
So
I'm
you don't
just
know
saying
how
I
they use the
believe.
cloud on Halo. So
But
you don't know how
what
they
I
use the cloud on Halo.
What I do know is what they use it for on Crackdown. There's a difference.
Right, but
you have
you're still
cloud compute.
You misinterpreted the point entirely. I'm not. What I'm trying to say is not
I
about
understand what
specific
you're saying.
features. What I'm trying to say is that
saying.
when it comes
What
to
you're
games,
saying is that if they can say whatever they want, but when the game come out, it may not be what they're saying it is. I get
exactly.
that. I get that. But what does that have to do with them saying that this is going to be their first cloud game? And it
Well,
should
I'm
have
saying,
one of the-
is it going to be their first like cloud game the way that they say it? That might
Yes.
change.
That is the
Don't-
game
We,
that they
we
are
just
trying
gotta
to
wait and see.
present.
That's the
That's
thing.
that's the
exactly.
thing,
That's
right?
what I'm saying.
This is
Right.
this is the first game that they've claimed is gonna be
Yeah, exactly.
the cloud
Right.
for
So
physics.
exactly, and that's exactly what I said. The cloud is the first game that they've been working on for 2-3 years.
So we just gotta
Xbox
wait and see.
Gotta wait
Yeah,
to see when it comes
that's
out.
what I'm saying though. That's why I'm saying that people should stop going around saying it's definite, it's sure. I'm just saying be a little bit skeptical because we have more than enough reason to be skeptical with so many games coming out now that aren't the same as what they showed us.
So you think they're not going to have destruction in the game?
I don't know if they're going to have it. I'm saying I'm going to wait and see when the game comes out. If it does, that power to them. That's great. I'm just saying wait and
My
see.
whole thing is this, though. My whole thing is this, right? The whole point of this thing is supposed to be being used online, right?
Yeah.
And the cloud is supposed to run online. They're trying to get this thing down from anywhere to use 4 to 5 megabits on your internet service.
Yeah.
The whole point of it is the reason why they're releasing it over the summer is in beta form to make sure things function and things work. You may play the game and it may not work the way it's supposed to, but they might fix it in full release. They'll drop it that way. I'm not trying to sit up here and gloss over anything, fake anything, lie or anything like that. I'm just telling you exactly what they're trying to present. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. But I'm
Then
telling
why are
you,
you saying it with certainty though?
I'm saying it with. I'm not. When did I say it with certainty? I said their first game comes out next year, and
The
they're
fact
using-
that you're arguing with me on this means that
But
you,
no,
you
he's
seem
saying
to think-
that's the first game that they've claimed is gonna use it. though.
right. I never.
Yeah,
argue,
I
I never.
know, but I'm not debating that because they've claimed it.
I just I don't understand what you're trying to get at then, because that's
I'm
what
trying
I
to
said.
say,
You,
wait
said-
and see.
you asked me where the cloud. You said where are the cloud games at? I said Crackdown comes out next year. You said don't you be skeptical. I'm like, what do you want?
No,
me to
I'm
do?
saying that, until the game is out, you can't say for sure that it will.
It
be
is the first game. It
He's
is the
not
first
saying
game.
for sure though. He's just saying what Microsoft claimed.
It's the first game that's going to be using cloud compute.
Basically,
Yeah,
he knows
according
as
to
much
Microsoft.
He knows as much as we all know.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
That's
That's what I'm
it.
trying to say.
That's
Yeah.
all he knows. He
That's
knows
the
nothing
claim. We
else.
just gotta wait for Crackdown. That's all it is.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all it is. So yeah, that's what that. I mean, we just gotta wait. We gonna see. I mean, that's been the
we just gotta
claim.
wait,
They
man.
never claimed that any other game used the cloud for physics. So, we just gotta see if they pull
Just
through.
have to wait till next year to see what happens. DX12 was a completely
Yeah,
different.
that's what I'm saying though.
So, real quick, one of the greatest games of last year, Rocket League, right? You agree, right?
No, I don't. No.
Okay, he agrees.
Just like I don't agree that Rocket League is a racing game.
Oh God, how is it not a racing game?
It's not a racing game, sir.
Oh, you're
Forza
right.
is a racing
It's a racing sport game. You're right.
No, sir. No.
Okay,
It's not a sports game.
it's definitely a sports game.
Can you
It's
play?
a sports game, but it's not a racing
It's
game,
a made up sport game. How about that?
pretty much.
We could do that. We can.
Can we just call it a fantasy game?
It beat out Forza 6. How about that?
It beat out NBA 2K as well.
That's cool. Listen, it's the best. It was the best sports in that category. All right, it just was.
No, it wasn't, because it's not better than 2K. I mean, they're two different games. I don't even understand how they ended up in the same category to begin with. But whatever.
But I guess someone could explain this to me. So, the Rocket League devs said that Xbox platform doesn't allow for crossplay between other systems, even PC. But isn't like what's that tank game, World of Tanks? It doesn't have crossplay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
PC and
it
Xbox
does.
360 and 360 and I don't know if it's with PC, but I know it's definitely you can play with 360 players. And then you got Fable Legends where you can play with PC players. Gigantic, you can play with PC players.
So Why does this say
I-
Xbox One platform doesn't allow for cross-play matchmaking between other systems?
Because it's
Because
IGN.
they don't know what
Well,
the
he
fuck they're
said
doing.
it's a he said as a general practice. So
I-
I mean,
Well,
okay.
Microsoft opened up their platform this year. If y'all remember back Final Fantasy 14, the reason it wasn't never on Xbox is because they didn't allow cross-platform play. The reason I think Rocket League is like this is because it already has cross-play with the PS4, and they ain't trying to mingle and mix and
Microsoft
match
don't
like
want
that.
cross-play with PlayStation 4. That's just all it is.
No,
Exactly.
but
reason why we
not
don't
with
have-
PlayStation 4, but PC.
But,
But,
they,
the
but that's the
PC and
thing.
PS4 players are playing
Right,
together
they're playing
already, though.
together.
yeah,
Exactly.
they already playing.
So they
together.
don't want to.
yeah,
they don't
that's
want to
true.
mix it. Yeah.
They don't want
Listen,
all three
listen,
playing together.
listen,
I forgot
listen,
about
man.
that.
Microsoft is already getting their ass whooped, and they don't want the PlayStation 4 players to be whooping the Xbox dudes' ass some more. So
That shit
they
ain't
just don't
gonna
want it to
happen. That's not gonna happen. That's
I mean,
not
y'all not gonna play Rocket League anyway, right? Because y'all don't care about soccer with cars.
I'll play Rocket League.
Y'all don't care about
I'll
soccer
beat
with
you.
cars.
It don't matter. Whatever I pick up, I kill.
The PS4 players have been playing for like 6 months already. So if they put them up against the Xbox One players,
Oh,
they,
that's right, bro.
So, but yeah, I forgot about the fact that if completely forgot about that if they do crossplay with Xbox One, then they would be putting them with not only PC players but also
Yeah.
PlayStation 4
They're
players.
not trying to
Yeah,
mix it.
surely there's a way of doing it to where they could split the PC and have it where they can match games where it's PC and Xbox guys or PC and PS4 guys, but not all of them
No.
together.
Can you imagine how lobbies would sound if they were actually PS4
That
dudes
would be
versus
lit.
Xbox?
Oh
No,
man.
that would be so entertaining, dog. Like that would be amazing, Like online would be amazing if you can like cross play with
It
other
would be
platforms.
toxic. So much shit.
Oh man, it'd be so. It'd be
See how
so
gaming was in
funny.
general back in the day, man.
PlayStation dudes would be like, "We're playing in 1080p. Y'all are playing in 720. We can see the ball down the field. Y'all can't."
It's crazy.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
It do because Xbox will probably be at a lower resolution.
On Rocket League?
Oh, Rocket
Oh
League?
my god.
I don't think they're Rocket League. I'm pretty sure it's their resolution.
Why?
Hey, let's not act like the Xbox don't be struggling.
Well, IDOB
It's
is
Rocket League.
frames per second.
Ain't nobody concerned about what Rocket League gonna be.
I mean, PS4 was
Xbox is struggling with Transformers
PS4 was
Devastation.
struggling at with Rocket League at first though. It couldn't hold frames.
Oh, that frame rate was
Yeah,
I
which was strange because it's such a small like type area game. Like, but you did have a whole.
I mean, it's just a lot.
I think that was just the developers' fault, though. They just, they did something wrong.
I don't know how it is now, but
At that point,
as long as the game is good, that's all that matters, man.
So a few things about the Game Awards that I forgot to mention last time. So they pulled in 0.3 more million. Last year they got 2 million viewers. This year they got 2.3 million viewers. So better than last year. Also, did y'all notice how like as much as I like Star Wars Battlefront, like they were like promoting this game and it seemed so fraudulent during the whole show.
Yeah, I tweeted about that. That shit was mad irritating. Like they just kept having like
it was so
random celebrities
sponsored and
shit.
paid.
yeah, they kept asking people if they played
Lego as well.
about it.
Like getting handed Lego figures or something. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
that joint mad irritating.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
I think it was like every commercial break they came back and like was asking somebody how they felt about Star Wars. I'm like, how much did EA pay y'all?
They definitely
Evidently a lot.
sponsor, dog. They definitely did.
And like,
It sold a lot too on the PS4.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
did.
double, I think.
yeah, so that shit was just irritating me. I'm like, this is like just a paid promotion every single break. And regarding PlayStation experience, which was pretty much underwhelming. Yoshida actually came out during an interview and he pretty much said it wasn't. I mean, I think this is something that they should have told people before. People actually paid money to go to this and travel across country for people who did. It wasn't for like big announcements. It was for like the smaller games and
In the
third-party
community.
partnerships.
In the community.
Yeah. So,
Hey, I mean, the way the PSX was last year, like people, when you show somebody something, that's what they expect it to always be. Like they should have, you're right, they should have came.
Well, last year it was the first time, so they wanted to come out with a bang.
no doubt, but if I see it like that, I'm thinking, oh shit, we finna just get crazy announcements all throughout the thing, and it wasn't really like that. So it would have been nice if they would have said something like that.
I mean, I wish you would stop acting like you ain't like that shit, Jack. Like, come on, man.
I didn't like that shit, man. Hey, man.
Please stop it.
Hey, bro, I ain't like that shit, though.
I see you play games like Don't. Listen, nigga.
What?
Listen,
What?
you done 100% games like Don't Starve and all that. Like, cut it the fuck out.
Hey, Don't Starve is crazy, bro. Hold on,
They
bro.
show games right up your alley. Would you stop it?
Nigga, they got a game where Dolphins cheat on standardized tests. I ain't playing that shit, man.
And if they got a platinum, you gonna go for it.
I'm not playing that, Hard 8. I'm not.
Y'all argue. Y'all have this argument like every day, inside and outside.
Yo, listen, man. They showed the games that he loved, and he knows
I'm not. Hey, man, I can't condone it, bro.
Every time I seen the game, I was like, damn, Jack Moo gonna love this as soon as it come to PlayStation Plus.
The fuck out of here, man.
Oh, man. Cut it out.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God. So the Division beta was on Xbox One, and some of the footage leaked, and
Hold on, did y'all play it? You can play it, BG. Did you play it?
I don't got a code.
You ain't get a code?
Neither did I.
No, I ain't get a
I
code.
don't have a code either.
I got offered like 5 codes, man. I know I'm more popular than y'all, but I'm gonna try to look out for
Boy,
y'all.
here you go.
Wow.
I'm just being real. I mean, listen. How you sitting here right now and you ain't get a code yet?
I mean,
Well, I didn't apply,
I didn't get a
so-
code.
Nah, I didn't apply either, but I had my motherfucking Facebook box like, yo, I got a
Maybe I
code.
need
You
to
want a
check my
code?
email. Maybe I need to check my email again. I don't know. But I don't know. Some footage leaked, and it does not look good on consoles as I expected it to be.
I could have told you that.
Yeah.
When I went to
When
E3,
you-
I played that game, son. It was an immediately graphic downgrade.
What we saw at
Yeah.
E3 the first time was definitely running on PC. We know that.
Yeah.
We already know.
So
I think
No,
we should
but,
have expected that though. We should have expected that. That looks so good in its first reveal. And now obviously not. It's Watch Dogs again, I reckon, with that graphical aspect. But again, that's only one part of the game, so.
Wasn't the story that when they revealed it, they had literally just started working on the game as well? So it might have just been like a really small vertical slice or whatever they just made to show it off.
Yeah,
So.
that would explain why it's been 3 years since
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
basically been announced.
Exactly.
But people have said that. People have said it's good. I've seen people saying that it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Besides the
Good.
graphical
Just-
downgrade.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
the game is good. It's just graphically is not all that great. What's really dope is like you got when you go into a dead zone. I'm sure if whoever played it, you get it. Like you go into a dead zone and you get into a shootout with people over like special weapons or special items or whatever, and you have to wait for somebody to pick you up and you get killed. But the thing is, you can respawn, so it's a constant battle. You can lose it, regain it. Somebody else could take it, and you're just constantly waiting for the chopper to come and get you. I mean, it's cool, but it's not what people think it is. When they get the game, it's not going to be what you think it is.
One stop for gamers. He got flagged for talking about it. But and I asked him, I was like, well, did you put up any footage? And he was like, no. I'm like, oh, then they can't flag you for that. But apparently, he put up an image. You can't put up an image either.
Yeah, you can play.
No, you can't put up. You can't put up anything.
They've got a
Yeah.
strict NDA on it.
Yeah, you can't, because that happened to me with like Game Informer had the rights to Batman, any footage of Batman, and I put that in like one of my videos just for like a second, and I got flagged for that. You can't put images or videos when it comes to stuff under NDA. So
I know somebody that got flagged. They was doing a face cam video. They got flagged for the poster they had behind them, like on the wall.
That's terrible.
that's crazy.
All that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, so November. NPD game and console sales.
That's the part I've been waiting for.
Like Santa Claus just came down to like the chimney or some shit.
Hell yeah, nigga. I've been waiting for this part. Ooh.
You're a little bit too happy, bro.
Yes, very happy. Very happy. Anytime I can make an X-Fag pussy bleed, I get excited.
Damn, son.
So what jump out at you, Hardy? What's going on, bro?
The fanboy and you was just popping out, boy.
Man, what jumps out at me? Man, I mean, I'm going to let somebody else start off. I'm going to sit back.
Well, the best-selling physical games in the U.S. for November, Call of Duty. I'm surprised Fallout Fallout was behind Call of Duty though, but
Really? Why were you surprised by that? You already know Call of Duty is a megaton.
but it's Fallout also. Call of Duty, Fallout, Battlefront. Well, I actually don't understand why Madden is still in this.
It's a big game, dog. Madden is a big game.
Yeah, those are the Christmas sales. Those are the under the tree right
I
now.
guess. Okay, Madden, NBA 2K, FIFA, Need for Speed, Halo 5, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and Just Dance 2016. Thanks to Kid Smooth.
You know, Kid Smooth got that Just Dance.
He bought like 10 copies of that bitch.
He put on a Halo mask and start twerking.
Not bad at all.
Oh, good. Okay, so yeah, those are the physical sales.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to hear from the Xbox guys. Y'all can go ahead first.
I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know why. Like, why would I be upset that Microsoft didn't win the NPD? If they sold 1.2 million consoles, who cares?
No, we talking about the
That's
games,
because-
though.
Yeah, but see, the reason why is because you're a normal, well-adjusted person who realizes that this isn't that important in your real life, as opposed to other people who have been like freaking out about this. So we're all talking about
Kid Smooth. Kid Smooth. Yeah.
Anyway,
So wait a minute, so no Xbox One game cracked the top 10?
yeah, Halo
No, Halo 5 did.
nigga.
Oh, Halo 5
Where's
was
Tomb Raider?
okay.
Where's Tomb Raider?
Yeah, where is Tomb Raider? That's a
Tomb
great
Raider did not make it.
PS4 exclusives. I don't see not one PS4 exclusive on that bitch.
That's
PS4.
because
that
one
list again.
PS4
Show that. Let's
exclusive
count.
release.
Let's count. Show that list again. I don't
Hold
see
on.
not.
Hold on. What
What
PS4
exclusive
exclusive
like
came out?
October though?
Hold on. What PS4 exclusive came out in November?
Didn't Uncharted Collection have like 99%
that was November. That was
What came
October.
out in November?
They came out in October.
What came out in November, Kid
And it
Smooth?
made the
I don't
list.
know. Y'all got all the damn games. Like something came out in
Hold on.
November.
The
Something
only
came
thing
out.
that came out. The only thing that came out. Well, I don't know about for PlayStation. I know. You had Tomb Raider come out. Tomb Raider,
It ain't
Tomb Raider
make it,
didn't.
except for the casualty.
Tomb Raider didn't do
Tomb
it.
Raider was
But Tomb
11.
Raider is still a good game. It's at 500,000 sales. It'll probably sell 1 million by January.
Hold on, it's at a half a million. Hold on.
Yeah,
Where
yeah,
is
if you
that? Where that
take-
information
No,
at?
it was reported. It made it to 500,000. They were
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, it made it to a 500,000. It still
Yeah,
ain't cracked the top 10?
It's number 11. Just Dance, obviously. Fucking Just Dance. If you take out
he
the
said that
Wii
without seeing it.
in the 360, sales of Just Dance, because they were the majority of the
Oh.
game.
Hey, how is Just Dance Kid Smooth? How is it?
Oh.
I don't play Just Dance. I play Dance Central. They're completely
Oh,
different.
there's a big difference. Okay.
Oh, all right. One allows you to twerk, the other doesn't. Okay.
The thing about Tomb Raider, though, that it just worries me is because we know that the first game, it took it a lot of sales to turn a profit. I just don't... Because I also look at that as well. If the game... Because I haven't played the game, but I would like to. But it's whether or not it's actually going to be successful for them in terms of a profit.
Here's the thing.
That's what I'm interested
we
in.
had the same conversation last week, and like for what people don't realize, for Square's not taking a loss. They'll make another one. That's not the problem. The person that maybe
Hold on.
Microsoft.
We know they're going to make another one because once it comes out on PC and PS4, it will be a profit.
Yeah, but this was...
You're not
Microsoft
understanding.
published this game.
Microsoft published the game. It's going to make a profit for Square when it goes to PC and PS4, but the Xbox version doesn't affect them. That's the whole point. Microsoft is the one that published the game. They paid for everything. So,
And do you really think they're happy with that, though? That it didn't even make the top 10 in North America?
it'll sell. The game will sell on Xbox.
No, I'm asking if you think that they're happy with the decision that they made to buy into this deal. If it wouldn't have been better if it was just a multi-plat.
Yeah, because it got a whole year to do what it needs to do. So
Look, here's the thing. Anytime somebody buys a Tomb Raider game on Xbox, it goes strictly. It's gonna go to Microsoft, and that's the thing. So every
And
time
not
you
many
buy the
people
game,
are
it's
seeing
gonna
it
go to
be
Microsoft. So even if let's say for example, by next year, by the time it comes out on PlayStation, let's say Tomb Raider sold 1.5 million copies. That's 1.5 million copies that Microsoft just made, money-wise. So I mean, at the end of the day, they still gonna make some money. I don't know how much they paid them to help make the game and market the game, but Microsoft did whatever they had to do, and then they included that in their holiday lineup, which was a really good holiday lineup.
Two of the 5 games didn't crack the top 10. So how good was it?
you mean 2 of the 5 games?
Forza
I mean,
didn't crack, and Tomb Raider didn't crack.
It's for
This is interesting
November.
to me,
This
though.
is for
This is
November's numbers, though.
Yeah, but
No,
I-
what I'm saying is,
Crack
when you-
500K though.
when you
Here's
look at the
something-
greatest lineup, 2 games didn't
Hold
make
up,
it.
that's what they said.
That was two games, but look at the other games that did.
First of
here's
all,
something.
I don't think that's the greatest lineup Microsoft ever had. I don't know what they were talking
no.
about.
I know it's not. I mean, we all know that.
But that's what they wanted to market because they dropped their #1 racer, their #1 shooter. They had a single player adventure game. They had the reboot with Rare, and then they also had Gears, the Ultimate Collection.
Can you clear up
And
that
half of them
#1
are
racer? Hold on.
multi-class.
Can you clear up that #1 racer? What do you mean by that?
Did you not hear what I said? I said they had
He
this
said their
#1
number one racer. He said theirs, which is true.
Am I wrong? Is it not their
Forza
#1
is
racer?
Microsoft's biggest racer, but evidently it's not as popular as it used to be.
Isn't that the only racer?
That's
They
that's
got-
what he means.
Project Gotham, but they don't make it anymore.
I mean,
Man,
they had
are you
other
serious?
racers. I'm just saying that's their #1 racing game.
Hold on, you saying that's their #1 racer? What other racer do they have?
Well, you know what he meant. Like
You
that's
know what
their-
that means? That's their
that's
You know
top
what he
game.
means.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Come on,
So,
son.
you know-
Don't try to act brand new now.
No,
son.
you know what he meant, man. You know what he meant.
No, you said their #1 racer. I want to know what the hell you mean.
Oh my God.
You know what he said, man. He's talking about it's one of their top IPs.
It's their top
Obviously
racer.
not as
It's
well
their
anymore.
top racer.
But
Exactly.
of course it's their top racer when it's their only racer. What
Oh
other racer
man,
do they
you
have?
don't argue only semantics, man.
Yo, that don't make no sense.
Oh, you are.
But one thing that I wanted to bring up was that I find it interesting that last year when Microsoft's only exclusive, I think, was Sunset Overdrive, but
Mhm.
with that, they managed to win November in North America. But this year, up against nothing from Sony, they didn't. I just find that interesting.
They won because of their price drop. The price drop was the big.
Well, think about it. If you think about last year, like, all right, last year they had the major price drop, which was a big deal, and then I don't think Sunset Overdrive was the reason for the win in November. Because think about it, Sunset
No,
Overdrive
I
came
don't
out
think it was either.
in October,
It didn't even make
and
a million.
the
was
Xbox
the price
lost in
drop.
October last year.
It was the price drop.
Won in October this year.
I also think it has to do with Star Wars, though. That Star Wars deal was a big deal. You got
Yep,
the movie
what about
coming out.
Fallout?
It's super, but not like Star Wars. Fallout was a solid deal, but here's the thing: you see that Star Wars commercial, you got people disappearing and shit on screen. You got Star Wars fans going crazy. The ticket sales for the movies going through the roof, and then you turn around, you got a Darth Vader PlayStation 4. That's a big appealing thing to people. So.
Yeah.
Star Wars was big for Sony, and it really made a lot of people go in that direction. So I give them props on that for sure, without question. But I think Microsoft had a great thing too. I mean, what was the final total? Was like 3 million consoles between all three, 1.2 for Microsoft, 1.5 for Sony. I don't even know what the Wii U did. So I guess what 200,000?
Yeah, 200K.
200K. That's like
Irrelevant.
exactly. So I mean, at this point, you're looking at what both consoles did overall. Next year is going to be even more incredible. I think next year might be their best lineup. To be honest with you.
I think their lineup is better
Always
next year.
next year. Wait till next year.
I know you can't say that after PSX.
What you mean? What you mean after PSX? What about the PSX? We all know PSX was trash.
That's what I'm saying.
But we all know that.
Hold
Hold on. But we already know Sony got a lot of games coming though. That was only one
A lot of
4
dog
conferences.
shit, but okay.
That was only
Yeah.
one.
Hold on, son.
Uncharted
Hold on, son.
Horizon, no way.
Uncharted, Horizon, Last Guardian, like those are three.
Dude, those got
We
confirmed
don't know.
dates.
Hey, Kid Smooth, hold on, Kid Smooth. What do Microsoft got that's so amazing that
Well,
you know?
okay, so hold on. So this was. I guess we can get into this topic. So outlook for 2016 Xbox One and PS4. How is it looking for both of them? I guess we can talk about this. So
Better than this year, I'd say.
So Microsoft, I think we can all agree that exclusive-wise, Microsoft had the better year this year, right? We can all agree on that.
Yes.
No.
Come on, son. You know damn well ain't no Sony fans gonna agree with that.
No. More exclusives doesn't mean better, dog.
Hey,
It'd be better
I said exclusive-wise, they had a better year.
No.
Yeah,
No.
if we're going
I agree.
from
Okay, wait, hold on. Give somebody Name the PlayStation games that were like the
Wait a minute. Look, this all we gotta say. Bloodborne was better than every Xbox exclusive that
Nah,
came
you
out.
can't use
Hell
one
no. That's
game
your
to
opinion,
like say
bro.
that
Yeah,
better.
You gotta look at it objectively. You gotta look at it objectively, like how many released on Xbox, how many released on PlayStation. Xbox, from the AAA front, had more games. That's not debatable, as opposed to which game you liked more. So they had a better lineup.
He said what was better. He said what was better. Not
Exactly.
He said not who had more.
Exclusively.
And Bloodborne is more critically acclaimed. Okay, well, let's just get this out the way.
Hold on. You had Until Dawn, Bloodborne, The Order 1886. That was pretty much it, right?
I enjoyed all those games, yes.
Okay. Tomb Raider, Halo, Gears, and I'm probably missing something.
Oh,
Look,
but Gears
you
was
had-
on PC though. Is coming to PC though.
What's
instead
that
of Tomb
mean
Raider.
though? That still goes to Microsoft?
Yo,
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it
No,
does. Yes, it
No,
does. Yes, it does.
No,
Yes,
it doesn't.
yes,
I didn't buy Tomb Raider on my Xbox One. I didn't buy Tomb Raider on my
Yo,
Xbox.
look.
Tomb
No.
Raider, any money you pay for the, not PC, not Tomb Raider, I'm talking about Gears.
Yeah, Gears.
It's going to
Yeah,
be-
Gears are exclusive, yeah.
It's coming to PC.
Right, but
not
that's
right now.
that's
Ah,
still
ah,
Microsoft
ah,
though.
ah,
You can't.
Hold on, but you're saying once it come. Hold on, you're saying once it come to PC, it's still Microsoft. That still goes to Microsoft.
Yes,
Yes.
it does.
No,
Does it not?
no.
What?
That's-
Yes.
that's-
No,
no,
PC is-
Who's it going to?
PC is-
Who's it going to?
Listen, when it comes to PC, it's no longer an exclusive.
Yeah, it's a multiplayer.
Who's the profits
Dude,
going to? Tell me, who are the profits going
I
to?
don't give up. Yo, are y'all niggas retarded?
Who is the money going to?
If it's on more than one platform, it's not exclusive.
Time out. You talk about consoles. Nobody talks about PC. PC is not a console.
Hold on,
I'm keeping it 100.
Get the fuck out of here.
Time out.
Get out of here.
So you're going to eliminate half of Sony's half of Sony's games as well? Because half of
Yo,
those games
if
are on
it's all-
PC as well.
Listen, if it's on PC, it's not exclusive. Period.
Yeah, I mean, like the easiest way to break it down is if it's on two platforms, it is a multi-platform game.
Period.
It's
Period.
English. It's
So
English.
what you're telling me
So who's
is
making money off the PC version?
That's what I'm saying.
It's not about who's making the money. It's
It
about
don't
where
matter
you
who's
can
making
buy
money.
it.
What
It
are you
don't matter
talking
who's
about?
making money.
The money, if the money is going back to Microsoft, it's a Microsoft.
No, it's not exclusive.
Wait a minute, I got a question. When we say better exclusive, are we talking about sales-wise, critical?
No, I'm just
Hold on.
Listen,
You
Talk
can't
about
play.
more.
You're not playing the game on Steam. You're not playing the game on Mac. You're not playing the game on PS4.
all right, look.
Right?
When you look at the year objectively,
And you're not playing it on Xbox One, right?
All
Right,
well,
but when that logo pops up and it's going to the Xbox and it's going to load up using the
Yo,
Xbox app, what are you talking about?
Listen. If it's on more than one platform, it's not exclusive. You can't argue
That's
facts.
not what I'm saying.
You
I didn't say
can't
that.
argue
Nobody
facts.
said that. Nobody said that.
So if it's
Well,
not
what I said
exclusive,
was-
what are we talking about?
That's not what I said. It's a console exclusive. It stays
Oh
on that
my
particular
God.
console. Son,
all right, let's move on to the topic.
yo, but what I'm saying is, I don't know how you can say that. Even if you look at it objectively, I don't know how you can say that Sony had a better year exclusively than Microsoft.
What you
I
mean?
think-
It's
Okay,
everybody's
wait,
opinion.
Hold on. Actually, there's something worth remembering is that with Sony, it seemed like they kind of had it more spread out and sort of faded out towards the end of the year, whereas Microsoft had 9 months of nothing, and then they sort of blew their load with a whole bunch of games. So it depends on if you want them spaced out or if you want to have it all together. That's what Microsoft did this year.
Part of it is opinion, but then the other
Yes.
part of it is objectivity. Like I look at
Yeah.
Until Dawn, Bloodborne, and The Order 1886. I look at Halo, Tomb Raider, Gears, and you know
Forza.
and Forza, and I can see Xbox had a better year
But Bloodborne is
exclusively.
better than all of those games.
Oh,
though.
Hold on.
that's
Hold
your
on.
opinion, bro.
Hold on.
That's your
And
opinion on
and
it.
that's BG's opinion.
You
Right?
can't now, but you can't use that. You can't be like, okay,
No,
All right, so
listen,
PlayStation had a better year because Bloodborne came out. That's
that's
it.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, it's higher rated than all of those games.
That don't matter to me. Nah,
Listen,
You're
you're
gonna
gonna
have-
have-
Let me
you're gonna- Go
Can I
ahead.
put on something real quick?
Go ahead.
Xbox has not had an exclusive ranked over 90 in the past 5 fucking years.
Oh, we really hold up. So you're really gonna use Metacritic of all things?
A Metacritic,
as biased as
wait
that
a
is
minute. But check
Hold
this
on,
out.
how is Metacritic
Wait
violent?
a minute.
Son.
Metacritic is a fucking gathering of people's opinions.
Hold
How
on.
is Metacritic
Time
violent?
out. You sitting up here telling me that you haven't had people literally go on a website
He's not
that's
talking
on
about
Metacritic.
user.
I'm talking about users. I'm not talking about users. I'm actually talking about there are actual journalists who are on Metacritic who have small freaking websites that gives games 2 out of 10.
But okay, I'm waiting for y'all to tell me one Xbox exclusive in 2015 that was better than Bloodborne.
Hold on, this is my point. Let me
Every
talk.
one of them shit.
Let me talk. This is what I'm saying.
Fuck outta here. Fuck outta here,
Every
nigga.
one of them shit.
Hold on.
They're because they beat the game because it's supposed to be this fucking hard. That
You didn't beat the first boss.
Nigga, you played
Hold on. This is what I'm saying.
It's the
Yo, let
best
me
game.
speak.
Fuck out of here.
Telling me, so hold on, Jack. You telling me that if Microsoft, for example, has 3 exclusives that are rated 80 and above, and Sony has 1 that's rated 90, Sony had the better year?
Okay, this is how I look at it, right? This
That's
is
what I'm saying. Like,
wait a minute.
It's still an opinion.
This is what I'm saying. This is all I'm saying. When I look at Microsoft 2015, the only game that I would even consider being better than Bloodborne, in my opinion, is Tomb Raider, and that's not even a true exclusive. So I'm trying to figure out how they had the better year.
In combination, when you count all their exclusives, Microsoft had the better year.
They had more exclusives.
Hold on.
Yeah,
CBP,
but that's
an
the only
opinion.
objective way you can measure it, though. That's the thing. Because the amount of games that release is objective as opposed to which game you liked. Because I don't really care what Metacritic says. But, again, that's the way you interpret it. But objectively, at least from the number of games, then, yeah, Microsoft had the better year. It just came a bit later, honestly. That's just how I feel about it.
Microsoft had more exclusives, well, more AAA, I guess, bigger exclusives, but that doesn't make me that
if you don't like the game, there's no buts. If you don't like the game, you don't like the games.
And
But you
how
can't
do
sit
they
up
have
here
a
and
better-
say
how do
that
they have a better
you
year?
can't sit
I
up here
don't
and
like
say
Forza.
that you like a particular game because it was good.
He doesn't even have an Xbox One to call any of those games bad.
Bro, you didn't get the Father Gas going on Bloodborne. Shut up,
I don't care. I played this shit.
First of all, nigga, you wear leggings and twerk.
Someone in the chat.
I
Someone in the chat mentioned something, is that there are a lot of Japanese games that a lot of us have ignored that came out that would actually mean that Sony had more exclusives this year.
And that is also true. Yes, it is.
Yep, and they
That
were
a lot of
also
Japanese
trash,
games.
in my opinion.
You call Bloodborne a pussy game, but you ain't beat the first boss.
So, I tried it. That
Bro,
gave me every right to
stop talking the rest of the show, bro.
I can say anything about the game. Why? Because I played it according to your rules. Like, what the, like, you know what I mean? I played the shit, so I now have the right to judge this shit.
Bro, you turned it on, bro. You ain't play Bloodborne.
No, I turned the bitch on. I played it. I was like, yeah,
bro,
yeah, I ain't with this shit.
Xbox, bro? Be quiet, bro.
Hey, I don't care about plat. I don't want to. That's everything. Oh, Bloodborne is the shit because I platinum.
You ain't gotta get the platinum, but you gotta get the
out of here with that shit.
30 minutes of the game,
It's
bro.
whack.
Hey, man, no matter how you look at it, man, Microsoft put out a good lineup this year, man.
And all the games flop sales-wise, so what is we talking about?
You said all the games
in
flop
flop
sales.
sales.
A million in a week is, oh my god.
I mean, you can't even really count Gears because that's a remaster.
Come on, bro.
I mean, PlayStation had nothing but remasters too. So what are you saying? But they
But hold on, but the exclusive that was brought
remastered
up.
indies,
Hold
too.
on, but the exclusives that was brought up were new IPs.
Man,
What?
I don't remember what the original
Hey,
topic
hold on,
was.
hey, hold on.
Microsoft got new IPs coming out next
I'm
year.
finna really
No, we're talking about
How y'all feel about that?
Hold on. We're talking about 2015.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
Microsoft really have anything original?
They had Ori and the Blind
We were
Forest.
talking about
Yeah,
original.
That's on PC. That's on PC.
Hey, hard, they did rain in Forza, bro. That's what they talking about.
No, it's on
No,
PC.
dog.
But
That's
okay,
some
Funny
since,
dudes, man. Y'all
okay,
funny.
since we can't agree who had the better year in
Hold on.
2015, that's
Let's
clear.
get back to this tick guy. Are you trying to change the definition of exclusive?
I'm not changing the definition of anything. What you're doing is taking something to fit your agenda. What I'm telling
No, facts.
yes,
Facts.
yes. I'm telling you.
All right, listen, hold on. Time out. Hold on. How am I trying to change a fact
Because
when
it's
Ori
simple.
and the Blind Forest
Listen to
is
what I'm
on
telling you.
PC?
Microsoft, hold
God.
up. These games are Microsoft games. They belong to them. Those are their IPs. If nobody has realized by now, Microsoft is clearly integrating their Xbox system with Windows 10. That's what.
Is it on more than one platform?
That's
But
what
it
they're doing.
is available on more than one platform.
But
I never say anything about it. Listen,
It's
I'm
on
not
more than
saying-
one Microsoft
it's
platform.
on more, exactly. It's
No,
only on the
what?
Xbox
No.
One between
Hey,
between
but
Windows
we
10.
not counting games that Sony paid for though.
Wii U, PlayStation, and Xbox. If you're gaming on consoles, you're only getting those games on Xbox.
Okay, but
right?
you can apply that logic to heaps of things. Like,
Am I right?
here's this game
It's the
on
same thing with
Xbox
Sony.
360.
When Sony,
No,
Sony has games and they
hold
put them on
on.
PC, they never say it's multiplayer. They say these
Yeah, but
games are
just-
exclusively on the PlayStation.
You could
You
say this
realize
though.
that
You could
Nobody includes PC in the console wars.
no, but
you
you
could
could
does
realize.
Go ahead. Do you realize
I
you're
was
sitting
saying-
here arguing a fact? You realize that, right?
I'm not arguing the fact. I'm not arguing with the exclusivity of what it means. That's not what I'm arguing.
There's a fact that there's a timed exclusive. There's a fact that there's more than one type of exclusives.
Hold on. You can laugh.
Oh,
You can laugh, but I'm not arguing the fact that what the term exclusive means. That's not what I'm arguing. And I said this time and time again. What I said was that the game was exclusive to the Xbox One on the console, in the console space, which is what it is. If you have
But
people
you
who
can-
buy
but-
consoles, right?
Right.
People who
No,
buy
you're
consoles
trying
don't
to
play on
bend the
PC.
rules.
I'm not bending the rules. I'm not bending the rules. Those
You're
are
trying
facts.
to bend the rules.
So Sony
No,
and
the
Microsoft
fact
bending the
is,
rules.
no, the fact is, it's on more than one platform. That's a fact.
Hey, can
So
we
it's not
agree? Can we
exclusive.
agree that Sony had the highest rated exclusive this year? Can we agree on that? Is that something we can agree on?
Hold on, I just wanted to say something real quick about that logic of, if you exclude PC, then it's an exclusive. You could say the same thing like, if you exclude the PS4, Street Fighter is a PC exclusive. It's retarded. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
No, it's not, because you're talking.
It's retarded.
You're talking.
It's retarded.
Oh,
That's
man.
what I just said.
This is not something that we're going to agree on.
No, this ain't even.
Yeah, I agree.
No, this is not.
Understand.
Hold on. This is not even up for debate. An exclusive is an exclusive.
Listen,
Period.
you realize people have been arguing the definition of exclusive since 10 years ago? This is
It ain't nothing to argue.
That's what I'm
There's
trying to
nothing
tell you.
to argue.
This is why I
Consoles
don't
don't-
get into the whole exclusive
I
definition.
don't do
People
it
have been
either.
going at it for like 10 years with this,
It's
man.
nothing
Like,
to argue.
people
The
don't
facts are
recognize the fact.
facts.
I didn't say anything about the word exclusive. What I said was those games are on Microsoft's platform, and you can't.
When they're on.
Dude,
Hold up, you can't
PC is
get
not
them
Microsoft's platform just
But
because
Windows
the OS
is.
on
Hold
it.
on. I
Yeah,
didn't
but-
say that. I didn't say that.
Like playing these
I
games
said
on fucking
on
Linux and,
Microsoft
or
platform.
Apple shit.
No,
Can
but
you-
the fact is that when you look at the PC ecosystem, right, the operating system is just as important as the CPU, the GPU, the RAM. So we're going to say, PC is a Kingston platform or PC is an Intel platform. They're all equally important to a PC.
Listen to
You
what I'm
need
saying.
all of them.
What I'm trying to explain to you is that when it comes to the console space, when you go to E3, you know who's not at that conference? Anybody representing PC.
They had a PC gaming show
not-
this year.
You have the people. You have the three big platforms, and then you have those the three big publishers that usually have their shows.
PC is a very big
PC.
platform.
Wait a minute.
I didn't say that. That's not what I said. That's not what I
They
said.
had a PC conference last year.
That's not what I
You
said.
just proved-
I said
You
at
just
the-
proved
I
my
said
point,
the
though.
big
You just proved that
conferences.
You just proved the PC is an open source platform with no owner.
Right. So what I'm trying to explain to you is that when we talk about consoles, which is what this is all about, consoles.
No, this is all about gaming.
No.
So that means that if it's on more than one platform, it's a multi-plat. Period. If I can play it elsewhere, then
You can play
Xbox
it.
One,
You can
it's
play
a
it.
multi-plat.
Listen, if Microsoft, for example, comes out with CFDs next year, right? That game is going to be cross-played with Xbox and PC. All of that goes to Microsoft.
We don't care
100%,
what goes
right?
to that.
All of that goes to Microsoft.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. That's an Xbox Windows 10 game.
You want to keep arguing exclusive, then that's fine.
All right, so
Yeah,
back
let's
to
move
the
on.
original point, which was because I actually thought like Xbox One having a better year was a unanimous thing, but apparently it wasn't.
Nah, it's not going to be.
How's it?
Well,
How,
2006.
Move on.
bro.
All right, so let's move on to 2016.
Oh, here we go again.
Hey man, let's just end the podcast, bro, because this is ridiculous.
Yeah, and make sure you name. Okay, go ahead. You're talking. We are about to name exclusives, correct?
And again, I said console exclusive. I don't know why people keep saying I said exclusive.
Yo, you're trying to make bend rules and all that to fit your argument.
I'm not bending
No,
rules.
listen.
I'm not
Listen,
bending rules.
if you can play it somewhere else than Xbox One, it is not an exclusive.
So
period.
2016, what
Go ahead.
is it looking like for Xbox One and PS4? 2016.
You got a list. Read the games off.
Who do you
It's
think will
looking-
have the better year?
We don't.
I think,
Okay,
I, think it
no,
depends,
okay,
I think it depends on which games get delayed or which games end up staying.
Based
Because some games we're not sure.
Based
Yeah.
on what we know about which games are coming out, supposedly, who do you think will have the
Wait a minute,
better year?
BG, I need you to define something real quick. When you say better, do you mean sales, reviews, opinions? Because if you talk
in
about all that,
combination-
PlayStation dominated them last year.
I would say your personal opinion while still being objective, if that's possible.
Okay, well,
That ain't gonna happen.
Listen, what have we actually what gameplay has we actually seen of these exclusives next year?
We've seen gameplay for
Horizon and Uncharted and Ratchet and
Because we saw Scalebound, we didn't see Recourse, so we don't know what the hell that is.
Mm-hmm.
We saw Quantum Break.
We
Right.
saw Gears of War 4.
Yep.
We've
Oh,
seen
that was. I mean,
Well, that was dark as fuck.
we can't judge that Gears of War 4. That was a terrible showing. That was a terrible.
Well, I didn't
showing.
like it, but it was still gameplay.
Right,
That's the thing.
right. Correct.
But based on what you know about Gears, and all the other games, who do you think will have the better year?
Me personally, Sony, because that's why I don't own an Xbox. All those games. I ain't gonna lie. I think Record, the cutscene they show, I think that looked like a cool concept. It looked cool. Quantum Break. I don't know, man. The gameplay looked fun, but all the TV show shit, I'm not really a TV watcher like that. It looked cool, you know what I'm saying? Scalebound ran at like 4 to 5 frames a
You're
second.
not a TV watcher, but you loved you
Wait
loved
a
Until
minute.
Dawn.
Wait a minute. First of all, Scalebound looked like a throwback Run DMC video. Them niggas was pop locking all over the goddamn screen. That bitch was like 10 frames a second. So I can't
You liked
condone
Until
that.
Dawn. Son. That was you played a TV show.
Hey man, Until Dawn was a fire, bro. But anyway, like I said, with the games that I've seen so far, being objective about the situation, I gotta say Sony's gonna murder them again.
Come on, son. You playing?
I don't know. I can't. Me personally, I can't really choose, man, because I don't know, man.
Come on,
Yeah,
dog.
likewise. I'm
Look,
torn.
it's-
I'm
it's
not
a-
sure
it's
which
a-
one.
It's
This
a
shit is easy.
man.
I look at the
No,
games
it's
that have
easy.
a realistic chance of coming out, and
Uncharted 4, Sony wins.
Hey, you gonna owe me $60 too, kids.
Uncharted Sony wins, yeah.
I'm just
I
saying,
think it's
like,
all about Uncharted.
I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, I haven't seen no game on the Xbox One that looked better than what they showed from Uncharted 4 single player. Just
Chill.
I
Because
do.
it's not. That's why you ain't seen it. It don't exist.
I disagree.
Which one?
Yo, hold on. What did they have? All right, hold on. You saw what they showed
I
on
saw
Uncharted
Uncharted.
4.
I
Okay,
did.
hold on. You saw the Uncharted 4 single player and the extended single player. What did Microsoft show that looked better than that?
Well, since
I
we're
like-
currently playing the game, I mean, I can say, okay.
No,
this
that's
game's already looked better.
multiplayer. We're talking about the single player.
I mean, how much
personally-
better is it going to be? I mean, shit.
They're made by
think-
two different teams, sir.
And I think Quantum Break looks better. I do.
That's an opinion. Okay, I can respect that.
I'm more interested in Quantum Break, I think, from a story perspective. Though the game mechanics do look quite cool with this whole time-bending stuff. I think, because that's what Remedy do, where they play around with these cool mechanics. I think both games look really good, personally.
Yeah, both games definitely look cool. Quantum Break look cool. Look a little easy, but I'm quite sure that'll change when the game comes out.
Look, I mean, like I said, I like Microsoft's lineup. I like Sony's lineup. I'm a big RPG guy, so I'm definitely picking up a PS4 next year just because all the RPGs that's dropping. So I'm not too concerned about that. But to sit up here and say that Sony outright dominates Microsoft exclusively, that's kind of
It's the truth, bro. I'm sorry.
that's
You don't have hold on, you don't,
When
Did
you
you
when
know
you
that
wait, wait,
Horizon
wait,
comes
wait.
out in 2016? Did
you never had a
remember that?
PS4? You never had a PS4?
Listen. It's only 3 things guaranteed in life. You're gonna die, you got taxes, and when you own an Xbox, you're only gonna be playing Forza and fucking Gears, right? Those are the things that are guaranteed in life, right? Let's not play silly right now.
That's not true, man.
Come on, man. Come on,
You
bro.
can't take Jack. You can't take everything Jack says serious, though.
I know. I'm not concerned. I'm not taking it serious. I know it's a joke. I'm just saying that the reality of it is that
You know, I mean, you do got a point. Maybe the PlayStation will blow Xbox out the water in exclusive indies for 2016. I'm pretty sure that's going to happen.
Oh, you're
Oh, certain.
Jeez.
yeah.
All right, here's the thing, right? So in 2015, in my opinion, Microsoft clearly had the best year when it came to exclusives. But in 2016, based
Nigga,
on,
you full of shit. All right,
based on the facts, based on the
Go ahead,
facts,
go ahead.
based on
Go
the
ahead.
facts that in 2015 they dropped Halo, which is easily their biggest exclusive, right? And they already dropped the Forza. I mean, they might drop another Forza Horizon 3, but Forza.
No, you
Horizon...
don't even care about Forza, so why?
No,
you
but no. Hear what I'm saying, right?
Okay, go
I'm saying I'm just analyzing. You know, since they dropped their biggest games in 2015, they can't do it again in 2016. The quality of the games still are definitely going to be good, but since they dropped so much in 2015, I don't feel like their lineup is going to be better in 2016. I think it's going to be more interesting because it's not the same. It's not the Gears, Forza, Halo combination we're used to for like a decade now. It's actually.
Well, it will be Gears. Gears will be in 2016.
Oh yeah, Gears. So
right?
Gears is the only thing out of that whole thing we're going to get. So it's going to be this whole bunch of new stuff. Recore.
I believe Forza Horizon
Thieves.
3 might be coming. Forza Horizon 3 might be coming.
Crackdown. So we're gonna get all the different things, but not as we're not gonna get the biggest ones because they already dropped.
No, but listen, Forza Horizon 3 is probably coming next year too.
Probably. So Microsoft had the better year in 2015. I think Sony's gonna have the better year in 2016 with all the stuff they have. I think that's.
So that's your opinion, sir.
Yeah, pretty much.
But you played Bloodborne way more than you played any Microsoft exclusive.
That's because Bloodborne was longer than any of.
That's because what? That's because what? You played Tomb Raider for how long and then dropped it like a bad habit?
Well,
Tomb Raider is at max, even if you go 100% completion, maybe like a 35, 40-hour game. Bloodborne at completion is like an 80-hour game, so that would happen by default.
Alright, I'm back.
It's difficult to compare an RPG to a, just a single-player action game because they're different in terms of size. Absolutely.
Yeah. So by default, I would have had to spend more time on Bloodborne than Tomb Raider.
But what about Halo? By default, you wouldn't have to spend more time on Bloodborne over Halo.
Those are two different games. Halo is. Are you talking about the single?
No. I'm talking about the multiplayer Halo. Multiplayer.
For Halo, the situation was that.
Yeah, what happened? Yeah, let's hear it.
Nah, cut it out. Cut it out.
No, that's
don't do that. I beat Halo, right? I beat the Halo single player. Like I said, the multiplayer, right?
Yes.
Other games came out. I still plan to go back to the Halo multiplayer.
Oh, right.
All right. If you want to do that, okay. Look at Halo. Look at the Order 1886. I spent 6 hours on that. I still spent more time in Halo.
Okay, but you still. I'm talking about Bloodborne though.
Bloodborne is a huge.
Yeah, but Halo was a multiplayer game that has an endless amount of hours that could have been spent on it since you love it so much.
Hold on, Halo multiplayer.
A lot of hours in it.
Halo 5 has a great multiplayer. I don't understand what's going on.
Wait a minute, but
he's comparing the amount of time I put into Bloodborne versus Halo. And the thing you got to understand is also when I was playing Halo, Microsoft sent me the Tomb Raider code to play Tomb Raider early, so I went and played Tomb Raider.
Oh, looks like he's dropped out.
I'm trying to figure out why it's better for you personally, BG. That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's all I'm trying to figure out.
It was better because Tomb Raider was my game of the year.
No doubt.
Halo had good multiplayer and a decent single player. And it just had like I didn't like Until Dawn. Order 1886 was cool, but it lacked content as a whole.
Wait a minute. So
no, you said Order 1886 was a good game.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a good game, but it lacked content.
What about Nathan Drake collection? We counting that since we count Gears?
Counting what?
Are we counting Nathan Drake collection since we count Gears?
I mean, even if you don't count Uncharted or Gears, I had a more enjoyable time in combat. If you combine Tomb Raider and Halo, I had more fun with those two.
So you got to combine two games against one.
No, I'm saying if you combine Bloodborne and Order, Bloodborne was really good. Yeah. Order was good, but Tomb Raider and Halo together was better. Was a more enjoyable experience than both.
Actually, I like how we've forgotten about the Wii U because I've been playing Xenoblade Chronicles X, and I think that game is awesome.
Yeah, I got a lot of
that
friends
game's
that
got
like the
tons
game.
of content.
I mean, I ain't got no Wii U, but yeah, I know a lot of people like Xenoblade, so.
It's awesome, man. It's really good.
Y'all are a trip, man. Y'all motherfuckers is crazy. Let's finish.
Way more time on PlayStation exclusives than Xbox, but Xbox
man,
had a better year. You just want to be
the PlayStation games were longer. What do you want me to do?
Get out of here.
That's like saying I spent more time watching The Lord of the Rings than fucking Spider-Man or some shit. Lord of the Rings is a 3-hour movie. What do you want me to do?
No, but hold on though. But you could have put more time into Halo than Bloodborne, but you didn't.
Because I had to move on to the next Xbox exclusive.
Right.
Okay, I cut off Halo. I had to move to the next Xbox exclusive because there was actually another Xbox exclusive to play.
Oh yeah,
My bad.
Yeah, didn't you get Tomb Raider the week after Halo came out? Because it
Yeah.
came. Yeah, okay.
I got it a week early, so I had to move on to Tomb Raider. So if you want to count it, I put that time that I could have been playing Halo, I put it into another Xbox exclusive.
Yeah, because that agreement came through. All right, cool. Move on.
Oh man, you're right. Microsoft paid me. They slipped a little bit into my pocket. You got me. You got me.
Let's go.
Just to touch on this real quick, we can come back to this, but we've been in 2.5 hours. But
I already got cursed out.
oh, by your wife, yeah.
My kids is
I told
infiltrating
the
now.
kids don't go 3 hours this time, but y'all be going crazy, man. Final Fantasy, let's just talk about it. It's gonna be episodic. It sucks. It sucks. I think who was it? Like I think they said Square. They from the higher ups they were being told that they didn't even want to do it that way, but they were being told by executives or whoever the hell it was to make it episodic. Unfortunately.
I just try to get more money out of people.
No, this is the thing with that. Final Fantasy 15 has been in development for over 10 years, and it still ain't don't have a release date. So if they don't do it episodic, y'all ain't gonna never play that motherfucker. So I think
Didn't they release like 6 Final Fantasies in the last 10 years though?
probably, but damn, hey man.
I think the issue is that if they do it as a traditional development, we're not going to see it till like 2017 or 2018. No way they've been working on it for
And
a few
that's
years
if you're
now.
lucky, dog. That's if you're lucky.
Yeah, exactly.
This is terrible. I
Plus,
love
they
Square,
make more
man.
money. It's just obvious.
I love Square.
Yeah,
I love Final Fantasy, but that's just disappointing to hear that it's being broken up like that. I think it kills the emotional factor of the game because that game had a lot of emotions to it.
And if
I wouldn't really know how to play
if
it.
they're releasing it at different times, I don't want to play it that way. Like, which is what they plan to do if it's episodic, right?
I think-
Yeah,
that's how
they're
it works.
totally gonna do that. Yeah.
I think
Well,
what they need
I
to do
wouldn't
though
do that shit.
is set out like a clear structure so that we know exactly how long it's going to be between. Because one of the issues Telltale always has is there's always one episode that ends up releasing 4 months later.
Yeah.
Whereas if they're like, okay, part 1 releases this time, part 2 releases 6 months later, part 3 releases 6 months later,
That don't
I
even
reckon that'd be a good way.
That just messes up the seamlessness and the continuity of the game.
Just wait till they're all released and then get it at one time.
And you know I don't like waiting for shit, so
I mean, that's what I do with Telltale games. I wait until it's done, and then I can play through it all.
I agree. This is a miracle happening right now. I actually agree with Hard 8 on that.
Oh shit.
Because I'm just sitting up
But
there
they are-
saying to myself, I just don't see why would I pick up Final Fantasy broken up like that?
if you can't beat it, if I can't beat it, why am I picking it up? That is a good point. It's like
Yeah.
I can't finish it.
They are structured differently, you know, like BG said, it would ruin the continuity because the Telltale games are written to be episodic, whereas, to my understanding, Final Fantasy VII is meant to just be one cohesive adventure.
Yeah. And people try to compare it to say, well, back in the day you had to switch to disc, yeah, but you had all the fucking disc at once.
Yeah, exactly. That
That
was
was at the
technical
same-
issues.
Hold
That
on,
was a
people are really
technical
trying
limitation.
to damage control that shit.
I heard
bro.
someone said that to me. Well, it was on 4 discs before. What's the difference? They stole you all the disc at once. You had all the disc in your possession at once. You're not
The
going to
thing
have
is-
Grand
random
Theft
pieces of the
Auto 5
game.
was on
Thing
7
is-
discs.
How much is the complete set going to cost? That's another thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
How much is
that's
each
important.
episode going to
But-
be?
Didn't
How
they say,
long
like,
will the
every
games
episode-
be?
Yeah, didn't they say like each episode's like the size of a full game though?
Yeah, so they're gonna
Yeah,
try to get at least, I would say they're gonna try to get you $20 an episode. I say.
Oh man, that's
Making a pull a
that's
killer
lot.
instinct.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's still going to sell more PS4s. So
Oh, that's why kids
Man. So we gon' wind this down. I don't want nobody wives cursing them out no more.
Yeah.
So-
it was good though, man. I had fun.
So Fringy, outro.
Yeah, thanks again for having me. Even though it got a bit heated, still had a good time.
All right, Jack.
Hey man, I'm not gonna keep taking all this bloodborne disrespect that y'all come here weekly doing, man. You know, I'm from the streets. I punch one of y'all in the mouth behind some shit like
Man,
this.
stop lying.
I'm just fucking with y'all. But yeah, my Jack Move Johnny, Twitter, Facebook, all this shit fun and games. People don't take the shit too seriously. It's just video gaming, and yeah.
Yes, some of the people in the comment section really be thinking like there's like animosity and hate between us. Like shit get fueled, but they be really thinking like people be beefing. This shit ain't real.
Yeah, I hate
Listen,
people
man,
who
long-
disagree
as long
with my
as-
opinion on games. Yeah.
As long as it stay on gaming, man, it's all gaming, people.
People be really thinking like there's some hate behind the scenes or motherfuckers is ready to like it's on site or some shit.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy in the comic section, man. A lot of things were said that's kind of crazy.
No shit.
They always trolling in the comment section, so it ain't nothing new.
Smooth.
Yeah, it's good to be here again. Welcome back, Hard 8. Nice to see you got a new mic.
Hey, man,
I've been enjoying my time here without you. Just wanted to just to let you know that, like, you know what I mean?
That's good. That's cool, man. I'm glad, man.
But
I mean, anytime I can piss off an X-Fag, man, I'm right there. Let's go.
yeah, but as I always say, and we in the top 10, so it don't matter. Xbox is the best box, and I am the best bot. Thank you guys for having me on. Thank you guys for watching.
Robin?
Yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for having me, BG. I know I didn't talk much towards the end, but it's like 2:30 a.m. here, so I'm pretty tired, honestly. But yeah, thanks.
All right. Hard 8?
I sent in the top 5 play to Robin. It didn't get picked. I don't like that. You dig?
Next time.
That reminds me, I got to send some of mine over to you as well. Get on that list.
Hard 8 really is.
It's glad to be back, man. I love fucking with these guys about gaming, man. You got some dudes in the comment section. I make they pussies bleed, but it's gonna continue to happen, man. Ain't nothing you can do about it, man. So deal with it.
So stupid.
No, man. Me and Kid Smooth about to go get on Star Wars. Let's go.
Hey man, I appreciate the invite again. I had fun or whatever, man. I'm gonna keep doing my thing. I got some interviews coming up next year with some important people talking about Xbox and Xbox things and stuff like that. So just keep it locked.
Exclusives. Okay.
That's right. Exclusives. Console exclusives. Microsoft got that lineup, son. Don't get it twisted.
All right. You already know who I am, the host of this wonderful podcast, the best gaming podcast in its community. And yeah, SoundCloud, watch it after on YouTube. Hit that like button. We know all y'all lazy. I don't like to hit that like button, but hit it anyway. And yeah, go watch last week's episode if you didn't. Everybody's link is in the description. Till next week when we got to entertain y'all over again. All right, we out of here.
All right.
Peace. 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 Peace.